Welcome, welcome, welcome to Tony Katz tonight. We are about to get started. Very much looking for that. Dean Wormer in the chat room. Good things are going to happen. Paige, that's from the movie Animal House. You might want to know that. Just saying.
If you give away all the lines, then I won't actually have to watch the movie.
Nope. Still do.
Ladies
Context
and
matters.
gentlemen, this is Tony Katz tonight.
I mean, I guess I'll let you in, even though apparently you're trying to replace me.
No, Paige, no one's trying to replace you. It's that people have spoken, and you should know about Animal House. I mean, we're day 2 of Animal House watch for you.
Saying that they will gladly take my job.
Oh. You have a coveted position that we have created here.
Right, but that doesn't mean anyone can just step in and do it.
Oh, no, there's going to have to be clearly an audition, some kind of open forum. We're going to have to try people out and see how they do.
I love that we're already just ousting me.
No, we're not ousting
Tryouts
you.
happening.
We're not
2 p.m.
ousting
tomorrow.
you, Paige.
In the gym.
That's not accurate. What we're doing is we're trying to help you, and you are refusing to help.
Replacing my job.
No. It's that you can still keep it. Just watch Animal House. It's just that easy.
I have to have time to watch it.
It's just that easy. Welcome, everybody, to Tony Katz tonight. Great to be with all of you. It is open phones. Anything you want to talk about, I will speak about. I don't even know why we do it. I mean, if people want to talk about things, they'll call anyway. Do you actually have to do an open phones day? Like, is that somehow required radio shtick?
Not after yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, well, yesterday was an odd day of calls. But I'm just wondering if we should keep doing it like it is an announcement. There's open lines Friday. There's open minds Friday. There's open phones. There's, I mean, the great one is Garrison, Indiana open phones. And it's insane. I don't know if I need to be doing that. I wonder if I will keep that or not. That's an interesting question. I will have to dig in. But for now, anything you want to talk about, as always, I am more than happy to talk about. 317-239-9393, toll free 800-571-9422. We spoke yesterday, and I have updates regarding the Donald Sterling situation, but it is not an update about more of why I think this is a good or bad idea. It is that the political correctness sickness, and it is a sickness, it is a disease. Political correctness is a disease. I mean, the people who are politically correct are the same people who don't watch Animal House. It is true, proven in study after study, Paige.
I'm not sure about that.
Paige, exhaustive studies have been done, and they have found in 4,000% of the cases that the politically correct also have not seen Animal House.
They're using 4,000 percentage points.
Well, it's a very large percentage.
What's the
Paige.
Sample size?
The sample size is 42 trillion. It is gigantic. I cannot even begin.
More than the amount of people on the earth.
Paige, we would have to take off our shoes and get an abacus to properly quantify what is happening.
Get out our slide rules, because we're going to need to do this by the powers of 10.
Well, look how fancy you are. But there is a problem with political correctness, a sickness with political correctness, and the people who are engaged in it, because what you get is not a better society. You get the society that wants you to act, and then when you do act, even if it is to the extreme, political correctness allows them to say, yeah, but you could have done a little bit more. Let me take you to this Donald Silver controversy. This from the people at CBS in D.C. I put in the chat room for you now at Tony Katz tonight, or TonyKatz.com. You click on the radio show link, you can get in there and see everything. It reads, several civil rights organizations are applauding the NBA for its lifetime ban of Clippers owner Donald Sterling because of racist comments the league says he made in a recorded conversation. Okay. So groups like the NAACP, which took his money, he was about to get another Lifetime Achievement Award. That's 2. Wasn't that 2, Paige? It was 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards?
It was, yes.
All right, just keeping score on the Lifetime Achievement Awards. Thomas Sowell, does he have any Lifetime Achievement Awards from the NAACP? The economist, the great economist, Tom and Sol. Alan West, does he have any Lifetime Achievement Awards from the NAACP, served proudly and bravely in the United States military? Let's see, I don't know. Does Tim Scott, the senator from South Carolina, does he have any Lifetime Achievement Awards from the NAACP? I will let you do your research on those things, ladies and gentlemen. The NAACP, the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation, the National Urban League, and the National Action Network, which is led by the tax cheat Al Sharpton, the same man who lied about Tawana Brawley being raped and destroyed the lives of police officers, including Steve Pagonis, who led to the killing of Yankel Rosenbaum in Harlem. That's Al Sharpton, the guy who bullied his way onto television, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and it came out that he's a snitch. He turned on Friends when he got pinched for wanting to be in on a drug deal. They have issued a statement cheering Silver's announcement that he banned Sterling for life, and that the league would attempt to force him to sell the Clippers. We're going to get to more on the selling in a second. So they're all happy. However, those groups still want to meet with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver to discuss diversity in the executive ranks of the Professional Basketball League and to figure out ways to ensure such situations don't happen again. Translation: we want more, because if we don't want more, how will the people who support us know that we're serious? You see, now we have a perception problem, Adam Silver. You acted with such authority, with such strength, with such absoluteness, and with such resolve, Commissioner Silver, that we, who represent Black America, quote unquote, well, what are we supposed to do now? We got to get more. So now what we need to do is we need to meet, because there are too many white people in charge. And that's your problem. That was David Stern's problem. That's what David Stern did to this league. Too many white people in charge. Too many white owners and too many white general managers and too many white this and too many white that. We got to make that more fair and more equal. And that's what we really have to talk about, because these things wouldn't happen if that was the case. You see, you did a good thing, but you just didn't do enough, because political correctness dictates we have to say such a thing. Otherwise, we're obsolete. Now, you understand when I talk about this, I am not saying I disagree with the decision to fine him $2.5 million. I don't know if I disagree with the decision to ban him for life, only in that it wasn't something that had to do with the team. It had to do with his personal thoughts that were recorded by a slimeball piece of crap human being who then let them be released. She claims she didn't. I don't believe her at all. I don't believe her at all. Who records these conversations? He has a history. I think I read, I was talking about Investors Business Daily or Business Insider. I think it was Business Insider. Had a very big rundown. Things that he's done in his professional life and in his personal life. It's not a guy who I'd want to be friends with or a guy I'd want to be around. I can say that clearly. He didn't do anything specifically regarding the team. And I said this. We had the interview yesterday with Michael Grady from 1070 The Fan. And I went over this. Discuss these points. I'm not here to excuse what he said. The man's got to live and die by what he said and what he's. You have a problem with your. You are with your girlfriend, not your wife, and you have a problem with who she takes pictures with. Nobody in America ever has a problem with having their picture taken with Magic Johnson. No one in America ever. It has never happened in the history of mankind. You have that problem with your girlfriend who's not your wife? That's ballsy stuff right there. And certainly not somebody you'd want to be friends with, not somebody you'd want to know. Maybe somebody you wouldn't specifically want to work for. Okay, I agree with all that. And let's at least be perfectly clear on what he said. Scumbag, that's it. The end. Check. Scumbag. Done. But now, what we're seeing, taking that part gone, we're left with what we're left with, which is what it is that Adam Silver, the commissioner, did, and these groups who need to show action. It's not enough to ban a guy for life. It's not enough to fine him $2.5 million, which is, by the way, the league maximum. He got the maximum fine. That's not enough. Now the problem is the owners, and the problem is the general managers, and the problem is the executives, and the problem is the color of their skin. It seems that a lot of people who share the same skin color as Donald Sterling are pretty damn repulsed with Donald Sterling. But that will make no difference to the Al Sharptons of the world, because it is not about the truth. It is about proving their importance, keeping their followers in check, and keeping you from ever having an honest conversation. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
It's tornado season and things get ugly.
FEMA is on the ground.
You don't have to have yourself walking with black people.
Hope the NBA takes swift action.
We urge Russia to leave us alone.
Walk the walk and not just talk the talk.
Another news update is just minutes away.
For the eradication of Israel.
Get the facts.
None of our efforts have found any wreckage.
Not just the talking points.
Giving back to something that's greater to you.
On the level, on the go. 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Attention business owners. Under a new small business pilot program, business owners are now being mailed checks for up to $35,000 or more.
No one can replace producer Paige. She is the Oreo filling to the TKT.
I know.
Hot diggity, look at you.
I've liked. I must say, I'm touched by the support.
That is something.
And to be the best part of the Oreo. Thank you.
Nationwide are receiving checks now under this new program.
That's just the rudest thing I ever heard you say. The best part of the Oreo.
Hurry, because this program is only available for a limited
It's funny, the cookie part is what holds it together. But sure, whatever.
Your name on it. Call 800.
Oh, don't take it like that.
281 to find out how to receive up to $35,000 or more. Call 800-605-2819. That's 800-605-2819. Hurry, get the cash you need for your business. Call 800-605-2819.
If you need reliable, high-quality video production, look no further than PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com provides promotional videos, training videos, and conference and event coverage nationwide. Get a high-quality, consistent look to your corporate videos with the most reliable video company in the country. Visit PrimeImageMedia.com today to learn more. Mention Tony Katz and get 10% off your first production.
Man, I haven't been writing. I got to do some writing.
PrimeImageMedia.com.
Hey, it's the chicks on the right here to tell you about our spring cleaning heroes at Zero Res Carpet Care.
Yep, now is the best time to clean up, and that means calling Zero Res.
Only Zero Res cleans green using their empowered water technology, and there's no residue left behind, and your carpets stay cleaner longer.
Plus, you shouldn't just clean your carpet and surface
do that.
they look good.
And yes, I am coming back. I'm booking the flight as we speak. Indy next week.
And isn't that really the whole point?
And by the way, this will be the busiest trip I ever do.
And sanitizing. Just call them at 388-51.
Because I may have to shoot up to Wisconsin for a day and a half. No, you're fine. You're fine. You are. Yes, you have to get more pie and punch.
Well, I don't think anybody ate it.
Surfactants or any other.
I had a punch.
That number again.
I did. I had a sip or two or three or punch. It was awesome.
Punch.
And tell them
it was kind of cool.
Don't forget, spelled forwards or backwards.
I have a lot of airline miles. Where should I go?
Stay tuned for a special offer that will rejuvenate and renew your look
Cabo.
as you age. If you
Cabo.
live in the Minneapolis area, you may be a candidate for a procedure.
Am I a 19-year-old girl? What are you talking about? Cabo.
It's beautiful.
Probably heard about the life.
So are 19-year-olds.
Never mind. Technique.
Okay, go to Paris.
Lasting natural beauty after a
go to France.
Procedure with a
I love Paris. If I could move anywhere in the world.
More rested,
and they weren't socialist.
Learn more about
well, there's that. I've only been to Paris once. I was there for 10 days? I did. I had a great time. Absolutely terrific time. I have not done enough world traveling. I will tell you that is one of the things that I look forward to in the next decade, engaging a little bit more. But man, have I had some fun.
Find out about flexible payment options. Call 800-456-7968. Start this spring with a fresh new look and a $250 gift certificate. Call now at 800-456-7968. Again,
right.
800-456-7968.
Shop Menards Spring Sale for big savings on everything for spring.
Let me see what I got going down.
Patio furniture and much more. Protect your home and family.
You see, I'm used to the flight out of Burbank.
From a fantastic selection of stocks.
But
I love me the Bob Hope Airport.
Side alarms and fire extinguishers all on sale.
U.S. Air is now owned by American. American has a non-stop, but that's out of LAX. Okay, I can deal with that. I am used to being bumped up. If I take an American Airlines flight, will I get bumped up?
You should call and ask them.
One family, and owner Eric Coring says it's more than just family that's kept them going.
Should I do that on the show? Like, would that be airworthy?
But you have to get their permission to be on.
Pulling in the right direction, the same
Yeah,
direction.
whatever.
And it's been fun doing that with.
No, but for reals, it's the law.
Invites you to celebrate the indoors with Comfort Plus rebates this spring on American Standard air equipment.
Don't forget to answer your emails next week.
Or call 639-6541.
Check out what's going on with 93 WIBC.
What?
Join WIBC's Ray Steele
What do you mean?
and others on Saturday, May 3rd for the nation's largest half marathon, the One America 500 Festival Mini Marathon. A 13.1.
Yeah, I'm not excited about the mini this weekend because I don't know how I'm going to get home.
Oh, is that this? Oh, that's this weekend.
Yeah, and they're shutting down a ton of the streets.
Right.
Last year it took me an hour just to get out of downtown.
9 to 1 at the Fishers Do It Center.
Grab more info online at WIBC.com.
Every spring, the toilets explode.
To talk to Tony Katz, call 800-571-9422 or 239-9393. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
You are in.
So, Paige, according to Twitter, to Robert Butler there, RWJJAY, AREWJAY, no one can replace producer Paige. She is the Oreo filling to the Tony Katz Tonight.
I totally appreciate that.
The filling, Paige. You are the filling. You are the thing in the middle that makes people fat and gives them cancer.
But it's also the tastiest part.
The tasty cancer part. That's you, Paige.
Sorry, I'm grooving right now.
Who is this?
This is 311, the only song anyone knows of 311.
That we should do a whole one-hit wonders night. Can you do that
tomorrow? Yeah.
Can you do that tomorrow night? One-hit wonders.
Yeah, give me some time to prepare.
All right, I give you 24 hours. And don't forget, next Tuesday, your homework assignment, a book report or an oral report on Animal House.
So wait, is it a book report or an oral?
Oh, it's an oral report. It's an oral report. It's radio, my friend. You want me to post it online? I will. If you write it,
I will even go get college-ruled paper and write it out.
That you will find that at WIBC.com.
Do it fourth grade style.
TonyKatz.com. No, it will be an oral report, my friend. Absolutely. It is also open phones. Anything you want to talk about, I will talk about. I mentioned in this Donald Sterling thing, and I was wrong yesterday. I want to correct the record. It's important to have good information. In an article from Ben Shapiro, lawyer extraordinaire, of course, over there at truthrevolt.org, according to his research, the NBA cannot legally terminate Donald Sterling's ownership. We discussed this. I said that what I thought that Commissioner Silver should have done is convene the owners and let them vote on it, because I was under the impression, based on all my the reading that I had done, that yes, they could, that the NBA did indeed have that right. I think Grady also agreed with that. No. Where a situation arises, this according to the Constitution there. This is Article 24, I think 1 or 24I, I can't read that right. Where a situation arises which is not covered in the Constitution and bylaws, the Commissioner shall have the authority to make such decisions, including the imposition of a penalty, as in his judgment shall be in the best interest of the association. The penalty may be assessed under the preceding two sentences may include, without limitation, a fine, suspension, and or the forfeiture or assignment of draft choices. No monetary penalty fixed under this provision shall exceed $2.5 million. It continues in a different provision, 35A, subsection D, according to Ben Shapiro. The commissioners shall have the power to suspend for a definite or indefinite period, or to impose a fine not exceeding $1 million, which is, I think, in two different conversations here, or to inflict both such suspension and fine upon any person who, in his opinion, shall have been guilty of conduct prejudicial or detrimental to the association. So that's step one. That no question, Commissioner Adam Silver, Commissioner of the NBA, was absolutely within his rights, had the power to assess the fine, had the power to suspend or to remove someone from the game based on conduct prejudicial or detrimental to the association. I think you can clearly claim the latter there. We move on. But Article 13 spells out the various crimes which would allow the 3/4 vote by the owners to oust an owner. Termination provisions can only be initiated for a violation of specific rules, none of which include a prohibition on offensive or racist statements. And he's got the list here. It turns out that if they pressure him to sell or try and throw him out, exactly as Michael Grady discussed what was going to happen over there at 1070 The Fan, Sterling's going to sue. Except when we discussed it yesterday, it was, well, of course he was going to sue. Grady referred to him, and this I wouldn't know. I will trust Grady in this case, as sue happy. Discussed Sterling as sue happy. Turns out, nope. He may or may not be sue crazy. He may or may not love the inside of a courtroom. But he'll be right in this case. They can't take the team away from him. They can't do it. What you have now is an interesting and unique problem. Players will not want to play there. They will have to forfeit contracts. That's going to be a lawsuit. They're going to not show up late, break team rules, try and be fired. That doesn't make them necessarily professionals. And they might be looked poorly upon. Then they might be fined for their actions. People won't show up to the games if they want to engage those boycotts if Sterling continues to own the team. That's going to then hurt the city, hurt the team, depress the value of the team, hurt the NBA. This is an interesting thing. This is going to be an interesting situation to watch, but it's clear, at least based on what Truth Revolt's Ben Shapiro has brought forth. If that's accurate, it has not. The private conversations of someone, regardless of how racist they are. And by the way, when you say you're not going to rent apartments to this person or that person based on color, skin, or ethnicity, I mean that you're not somebody I want to know. It's a problem for the NBA. It's not going away. This is Tony Katz tonight.
This hour is powered by the 2014 Decorator Showhouse and Gardens.
Wow, this is Dick from Dr. Dirt with the recent storms. If you think you have hail damage, call the only company I recommend. All-Star Roof Siding and more at...
I'm going to have Amber going through my head all night now.
6409.
Amber?
I didn't think...
That's the song I just played.
Tom Myers, All-Star owner...
Amber? Who is she?
Worked with my company's pricing, and now I have a new roof, gutters, gutter covers, siding, and even fixed...
We're now doing Animal House
All-Star is family
and Good Morning Vietnam.
Complaint-free.
Thanks, Dick. This is Tom Myers, owner of All-Star Roof Siding and more. And
I have seen Good Morning Vietnam.
With over 16 years of experience in hail damage claims.
Lucky us.
Your house is too valuable to use.
Oh, listen to you.
Just ask Dr. Dirt.
Thank you, Tom.
So during the break, I'm going to call US
The
Air.
expert at All-Star Roof Siding and more at 317-522.
Think I can make that call in like 7 minutes during the break, during the top of the hour break?
Keep that number handy for future storms.
Stay tuned for a special offer that will rejuvenate and renew your looks even as you age. If you live in the Indianapolis area, you may be a candidate for a procedure that helps remove wrinkles, frown lines, and saggy skin on your face and neck. You've probably
What if I book it on American and I put in my frequent flyer number? Do you think it'll...
It delivers long-lasting natural beauty. After a simple in-office procedure with a local lifestyle Lifestyle Lift doctor, you'll
Hold
look
on.
more youthful, more
Can I
rested, more
use
refreshed. If
my
you want to
US
learn more
Air
about Lifestyle
free-
Lift, call now and come see us for a
I
free
can't be the only
private
person
consultation
asking
and
this.
facial analysis. But not everyone's a candidate, so call us to see if you qualify. And for the first time in the Indianapolis area, everyone who calls right now for a free private consultation will receive a $250 gift certificate good for select procedures. Call right now at 800-456-7968. Find out about flexible payment options.
Oh, they're
Call
operating separately with
800-456-7968.
individual loyalty programs, reservation
Start this
systems, and
spring with a
websites.
fresh new look and a $250
That sounds stupid.
at 800
Well, I think it takes time.
7968. Again, 800-456-7968.
If you need reliable, high-quality video production, look no further than PrimeImageMedia.com.
Well, American US Airways combine their programs.
PrimeImageMedia.com
At this time, we
promotional
maintain
videos,
separate
training videos, and
programs.
conference and event coverage nationwide. Get a high-quality, consistent look to your corporate
And you
videos
cannot
with the
combine
most
them into
reliable
one.
video company in the country. Visit PrimeImageMedia.com today to learn more.
Okay.
Mention
So
Tony
according to
Katz
this,
and get 10% off your
we're
first
keeping our
production.
loyalty program
That's
separate for now.
PrimeImageMedia.com.
So while you
PrimeImageMedia.com.
can't combine your miles into one account, you can earn and redeem AAdvantage miles on U.S. Airways flights, and you can earn and redeem dividend miles, which is U.S. Air, on American flights.
Making it through school.
To get my whole house remodeled. To raise a happy, healthy family.
Live well, chase your dreams, and along the way, make the decision to become an organ donor so you can give someone else the chance to chase their dreams too. Learn more at DonateLifeIndiana.org. Brought to you by the Indiana Broadcasters Association and this station.
As Abe Lincoln said, in the end, it's not the years in your life that count, but the life in your years. At Reese Nichols Jewelers, we take great pride in helping
Now, the
you mark
question
the
is-
memorable moments in your life.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Can I still get
Standing
bumped
tall in
up?
my cap and gown, and beside me, my proud parents, beaming from either my account
Those are the important questions in life.
knowledge that I'd soon be moving out. Well, either way, it was a point in time I'll never forget because of a very special gift given to me by my father. In a private moment, he handed me a small square box. I opened the box to find a watch. My first real watch.
All right, so because I used to be a chairman and now I'm a gold because I didn't do much flying in 2013. Well, that's all changing now in 2014.
Join us at
All right,
Reese
so I'm
Nichols
not
Jewelers
Emerald.
This Friday and Saturday at our annual watch event. See and save on the largest collection of watches in the Midwest.
Reese Nichols Jewelers, north across from Keystone at the Crossing, and in Greenwood at US 31 and Fry Road.
Are you looking for a church where you can connect with God in a beautiful, sacred space?
Pastor John Gable of Tabernacle Presbyterian Church.
Where do you best connect with God? In a
Does 200
park?
miles need your
Kitchen
credentials
table?
for one?
It's wonderful that we can have fellowship with God in many different places. Set foot into the sanctuary at Tab, and you know that you are in a special, sacred space. The soaring Gothic
All right, I'm
architecture and
just
beautiful
booking through
stained
US Air.
glass tell you that this is a tabernacle, a place where God dwells.
That's what's happening.
Of course,
That's what I have learned. I'm booking through US Air, folks.
makes a place sacred. It's what happens
That's what I do.
between God and God's people whenever we gather to worship and pray and sing.
I like the idea of the
I invite you to come
nonstop.
visit us and discover this sacred space for yourself.
Tabernacle Presbyterian Church, 34th Street and...
Should I come out on Wednesday or Thursday?
Invite you to worship Sunday morning.
That's a good question.
If you can't make it in person.
That's a good question. I mean,
Sunday with Tab. Sunday mornings at 6.
Depends on how many days you want to be in a hotel.
That's a good question.
Visit us
You know, I love a
at
good hotel.
tabs.org.
Crazy Garden on.
Can I tell you?
I did until I saw a study on with them looking at like the bedspread and stuff, and then I'm like, crap, now I got to kick that off.
Oh, you always got to kick off the bedspread. You didn't know that?
Well, some of the nicer hotels, I like the down comforter. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh,
can't use it.
Can I tell you? Well, it depends on what it is. Like, I have stayed in 100+ hotels in little towns and in big cities because of the travel. I've never had a problem. I stayed this past during the NRA convention. I got bit by something. I will admit, I got bit by something, and I don't know what it was, but it left a mark. That's a true story.
I've never had an issue except in Europe, but that doesn't count because they're dirty.
Yes. In your 1%er travels?
Talk to Tony Katz. Call
Yeah, the shanty little place.
Shanty.
It was sketch.
Tony Katz tonight.
You're in.
Did you just say it was sketch?
It was definitely sketch. This is how I talk. I don't understand why you don't like my lingo.
Well, you speak in total abbreviations.
I do. It's because, I don't know, that's how my sister and I talk to each other.
Yeah, you know I'm not your sister, right? You know, this is a
But
professional workplace.
It flows over into everything I do.
You know, this is a professional environment.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Where work
I'll
is
start
done by.
coming in my pantsuit and.
Well, I didn't say you had to go full Hillary. Holy cow! Come on.
With my cankles showing.
Oh, that's you. Why you gotta be like that? Who does that help? Who does that help when you do that to poor Hillary? She's trying. She's just a girl trying to make a living. Never having done anything in her life.
Well, no, she had those acclamations. Remember? What were they? I can't remember any of them.
Oh, the whole list of her being, she was a
Silly.
mom and a dog owner.
Yeah.
And,
dog lover.
Secretary of State. She was the worst Secretary of State we've ever seen until John Kerry. John Kerry may be taking the title. But as I said, it is open phones, and they are filling up. Let me go to Rhonda on line 2. Welcome to Tony Katz tonight. What's up, Rhonda? Rhonda! Seriously, Paige?
She should be on.
I tell me again how your technical expertise cannot
This
be
is not me.
surpassed.
She's on the air.
Really?
Yeah,
So, Rhonda, how are you? Yep, on the air. Oh,
Don't give me a bad time. It said on air.
Randy, line 1. Welcome to Tony Katz tonight. What's up, Randy?
Hey, how you doing tonight, Tony?
I'm all right, man.
Okay, see, the telephone works. Don't give Paige such a hard time.
I will do what I do, and you can then bring your message to us. But you can't tell me how to run this program. What do you got for me?
Okay, I want to take a look at the Donald Sterling story from another viewpoint.
Okay.
Perhaps NBA Commissioner Adam Silver decided to take a preemptive strike against Donald Sterling, referencing Mark Schott, the old owner of the Cincinnati Reds, who was suspended on 2 different occasions for about 4 seasons until she was basically forced to sell the team by Major League Baseball to her minority investors.
Okay, but first of all, I would say that there might be a difference between the Major League Baseball and the NBA in terms of what they allowed and didn't allow. So that's certainly possible. I would never claim to be such an expert. But the Mark Schott story is at least interesting. You're saying that he learned from that and said to himself, I have to extricate him from the opportunity to do more harm.
I'm just saying, in my opinion, it's not out of the realm of possibility, considering what Mark Schott said on numerous occasions, making derogatory statements towards African-American players, Jews, Asian Americans, and specifically towards the Japanese. And what she said was absolutely atrocious, and I put it right on the same level of what Donald Sterling said.
Well, I think if your point only is the idea that this happened with Marge Schott and that's why it went in this direction, okay, I don't think I can tell you no. It's as good of a theory as any. The question I would ask is, where were the comments that Marge Schott made? Where were they said? To whom were they said? In what context were they said, as opposed to a conversation that was recorded?
Okay, I believe the first comments that she made in the early 1990s about 2 of her African-American players, calling them high-priced N-words. This was reported to authorities in Major League Baseball by an individual who was subsequently fired by Marge Schott. And this came up again with somebody else from another team working in a front office that heard Marge Schott say these things. It was not a recorded situation, but these were reported to Major League Baseball. Still not out in the public eye, in private, so to speak, but still, these things were said.
I appreciate the phone call, Randy, man. Thanks so much. Let me go back to Rhonda. Paige has found her. Rhonda, welcome to Tony Katz tonight. What's up?
Oh, I was just calling about the Sterling situation.
Sure.
You know, I understand. I'm not racist myself, but the man was having a private phone call conversation with someone that he knew. And all these people that want to punish him and everything, you can't tell me that never in their life they haven't made a racist comment about somebody else in the world.
The answer to that question is, I am sure that they have said more than one thing in their life that they regret. I have absolutely no doubt that that is indeed true. But, and I say this clearly without any kind of fear of reservation, No one cares about that.
Right.
No one cares about that at all. Now, partially they're right. Donald Sterling isn't just these comments. That's the real kicker, is that he's not just these comments. This has been going on with him, with the Clippers, with the organization, with the NBA for years. They decided to act upon it now because it's the playoffs, because there's money at stake. Now, I am a capitalist, ladies and gentlemen, but I am not right now being engaged in capitalism. I'm being engaged in political correctness. Political correctness was only good when there was no more money to be gotten or when there was too much money to be lost. When the NAACP took his money the first time, however many times they did, they knew of Donald Sterling's past. They knew of the questionableness. They knew of the issue with the apartments. They knew of alleged conversations. If they didn't, they don't have anybody who's doing any vetting, in which case I am going to be the next recipient of the NAACP Lifetime Achievement Award. At least I have never said anything of the kind like Donald Sterling. But that's number one. They thought they were fine with taking his money and giving him awards. Why? Because the awards make him say, see, I'm not a racist. Look, the NAACP, they give me these Lifetime Achievement Awards. I must be a good person. And that's able to back him up. So if we're so upset and bothered about racism, we allowed the NAACP to give him cover for years. That should drive people crazy, but it's only being brought up now. Never mind the fact that it's disgusting, It's only being brought up now because of the money of the playoffs in the NBA.
Yep, that's right.
That's right. I'm glad we agree, and I appreciate the phone call. But your point that people have said this stuff before. Yeah, of course they have. I would be. Is there anybody who thinks that no one has ever said something this horrible before? Is there anybody who thinks that there are people who haven't said the same kind of maybe not the same words, about people of color, about people who are white, about Jews, about Muslim? Come on. I am not searching for utopia. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. I am not asking people to change overnight, to agree with me on every subject, or all of a sudden be good, wonderfully moral people. What they do in their minds is none of my concern. How they act in the public could be of my concern. There's the difference. That Donald Sterling is a scumbag, yeah. I can then choose whether or not to buy a ticket to a game, to buy any kind of Clippers jersey or what have you. I could decide a whole host and litany of things about how I deal with that situation. But if I now get into the business of trying to police the thoughts, I have overstepped my bounds, and I am incredibly dangerous. Because if I do it to him, someone else might do it to me. And all I'm doing is saying things that have nothing to do with Donald Sterling, have nothing to do with what he has said. There is no connection. But someone could do it to me. I don't want to live in that world. That's a bad world. Mark Cuban referred to it as the slippery slope. That is the bad, dangerous, sick, twisted world, and I want no part of it. This is Tony Katz tonight.
Conservatism is actually all about improving everybody's lot in life. Conservatism is all about teaching and educating people to learn what they're capable of. Conservatism is all about showing
the
people
cheapest
how
flights
good they can be. Having people
are the ones on American that are nonstop.
Conservatism is based on an assumption that most people can't improve themselves.
Here's the other thing. Why is it $100 more to fly out of Burbank than LAX?
definitely has some
Why?
stress-busting benefits. And you know that exercise does your body good.
That's
but
annoying
you're too busy
me.
and stressed, aren't you, to fit it into your schedule? Let Exercising teach you how exercise can be
that's
part of your
annoying.
stress management plan. My husband, he's a kinder, gentler soul, and I attribute it to his 20-minute, once-a-week slow method exercise that he does at Exercise Inc. He's been at it since last September. A lot more energy. He's eating vegetables now, and he's down a pant size. He's happier.
All right.
Exercise Inc.'s slow lift method has helped their clients
What
lose
am I
almost
gonna
2
do?
tons of fat
What am I
last
gonna
year
do,
with their
Paige?
Healthy Habits nutritional program, where clients
What's
learn
the
how to
right
have it
answer
each
here?
week. It works because their slow lifting method builds muscle, so most of the weight you lose on their program will be fat. Busy moms, athletes, seniors, it's for everybody, and it's time to do something for yourself. Manage the stress, lose the weight. You're going to feel better, stronger, more energy than you'll know what to do with. Won't cost you anything to try it. Exercise Inc. Visit exerciseinc.com for a location near you.
Springtime in Indy, and after a brutal winter, why not do
Dean
it
Wormer.
with not one, but
My
2
point is that lots of people say things that are counter to society's common decency. And it absolutely has to do with money in the playoffs in terms of the NBA acting upon it.
we just really don't want to do this anymore. Now, Central Indiana, you can
That's clearly what I said. They could have acted upon it anytime. They chose not to. Why?
We actually feel as though we're reduced our heating bills, even our air conditioning bills, just because of the R factor. Springtime savings. Get 15% off the regular price of Rhino Shield. 15%. And it actually transferred to the new owners. Here's Jim Williams, owner of Rhino Shield.
I have spoken.
This offer's limited, so hurry. Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
We've watched our neighbors who moved in after us already start to repaint, and we're just hooking along.
Hey, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
You know, it's no secret the stock market is at an all-time high, and that's making a lot of people really nervous. You can't escape the news headlines that say it's only a matter of time before we have another major market correction. And when we do, how much can you afford?
BBC breaking news. Toronto Mayor Rob Ford acknowledges he has a substance abuse problem.
What?
Play it safe.
Just got it on the Twitters.
No.
Everything.
How is that possible?
How you can
Did not see it coming.
What?
Retirement analysis from Jason Hutchins, Ned Guardian Wells. Jason is a featured expert on Fox Business and Forbes magazine. He's earned the highest rating.
I don't know what to do with that.
Business Bureau.
We need to stop everything and start talking about it.
Taking
Clearly.
Necessary risk to get your
Clearly. Up.
Retirement
It's
analysis.
going to take a leave of absence.
Right now. It's
Do you have any kind of breaking news?
0929. That's 660-0929. Get a free customized retirement analysis. Be one of the first 10 callers right now. 660-0929. Jason Hutchins, Guardian Wells Financial.
Do you have type 2 diabetes? Have you been treated for at least 3 months with metformin alone, or metformin with a second oral anti-diabetic treatment?
Yes, I do.
Diabetes not adequately controlled.
Do you want me to come in with that or music?
Participate in a
Come in with music and then break in with that.
Okay.
Makes
It
sense.
could be interesting, but I'll do it.
You can do
blood
it.
sugar levels as compared to insulin glargine alone or elixacenatide.
You can do. You can do it.
317-745-8000 extension 81081. 317-745-8000 extension 81081.
Page Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer Reinhardt Heating and Cooling, serving Hendricks.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Owner Danny Reinhardt runs his family business.
My 3 children, Kevin, Corey, and Kim, they all work for me. I have another gentleman that's been with me since I started, Stumpy, and Brian come to work for us in 2006, and so we really truly are a family business.
Reinhardt Heating and Cooling invites you to celebrate the indoors with Comfort Plus rebates this spring on American Standard air equipment. Get more info at IndyHomeComfort.com or call 745-4526.
America is for the makers. For those who believe quality is a promise and craftsmanship a value. At New Balance, 1 of every 4 shoes we sell in the USA is made or assembled in our American factories by our American makers. New Balance. Let's make excellent happen. Where the domestic value is at least 70%, we label our shoes made in USA.
Visit us in Greenwood at Stop 12 Road, a half-mile north of Greenwood Park Mall, or in Carmel at 99th and Michigan Road.
Join St. Margaret's Hospital Guild in the heart of Meridian Kessler at 5235 North Meridian, site of the 2014 Decorators Show House and Gardens, open now through May 12th. Visit showhouseindy.org for tickets and information.
This is Tony Katz Tonight. Follow Tony on Twitter at Tony Katz.
You are in.
Breaking news here at Tony Katz tonight. Coming from our neighbors to the north in Toronto, Canada. According to sources, Mayor Rob Ford, everyone's favorite drug-induced mayor, the happy-go-lucky fatty, he will be taking a leave of absence. This breaking just in the last few moments, ladies and gentlemen, exclusive here at Tony Katz Tonight, WIBC.com. Dennis Morris, who is Ford's lawyer, said Wednesday night that Ford acknowledges he has a substance abuse problem and he wants to do something about it. Paige, I have to tell you, I am shocked by this news. Mayor Rob Ford admitting, after he had already admitted he had done crack, after constant videos of him being drunk and dancing and doing all sorts of very odd and peculiar moves, he is now admitting that he has a substance abuse problem. Paige, I can only imagine that the political world is rocked this evening.
I know I myself was shocked.
Shocked is just a part of it. Ford is seeking re-election in the October election. He has acknowledged last year, after a month of denials, that he did, yes, smoke crack while in a drunken stupor. And they say that there is a video that appears to show him smoking crack, although it has never been released to the public. This is shocking. Many people thinking that Rob Ford rivals the one and only pot smoker Justin Bieber in being the most offensive thing Canada has ever created. This is unbelievable. This is shocking. Report coming in. John Kerry has stopped his trip to the Middle East, has stopped his trip to some African nations, and is making an immediate U-turn to Canada. Not only to check out a playoff game for the NHL, but to speak to Rob Ford about his future, clearly wanting to negotiate a peaceful solution to this problem. Rob Ford, the mayor of Toronto, admitting he has a substance abuse problem. Paige, let me go back to you. You are a world traveler, and you clearly understand the minds of our neighbors to the north there in Canada. How do you think this will affect the markets tomorrow?
I see them plummeting on this.
Plummeting is absolutely correct.
A titan of the world leadership that there's no way the markets can overcome this.
This coming in right now, Hillary Clinton has wished Rob Ford her very best and has offered him all the support and pantsuits she can provide. This is very, very touching from the presumptive Democratic nominee for president in 2016, Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton and Rob Ford have a lot in common in that both have done absolutely nothing in their careers. Although Rob Ford is credited with doing some amazing turnaround stuff in Toronto, Hillary Clinton is credited with lying about once being attacked by sniper fire. You can see that they have a tremendous amount in common. Again, breaking news. Paige, we're going to need our breaking news sound rejoinder. Again, breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, here at Tony Katz Tonight. Breaking. Rob Ford, mayor of Toronto, admitting he has a substance abuse problem. The chat room is all over it, Paige, at TonyKatz.com. They have comments, according to Jay Bren, one of our intrepid reporters. Marion Barry, the former mayor of Washington, D.C., was asked for comment and replied, meh, more for me. This is a shocking, shocking development. Right now, Mayor Ford admitting he has a substance abuse problem. Paige, it is not easy to admit when you have a problem. Will we see other crack users come to Rob Ford's aid and praising him for being so strong with his dependency issues?
I don't see how they couldn't.
I also would be shocked if they were not there at his side.
Isn't he a brethren of the White Dust?
I did not know they had a club for it, Paige. Brethren of the White Dust. Perhaps there are jackets that can be built, but this is shocking, shocking news, ladies and gentlemen. It requires one more rejoinder page, if you would. Shocking breaking news. At Tony Katz tonight, Mayor Rob Ford admitting he has a substance abuse problem. He is going to be taking a leave of absence, but no word on what he had for dinner. This is shocking as well. Perhaps he was leaving to go have dinner, which could take a good week or two. No one's mentioning, Paige, whether or not he will seek any kind of help at any kind of rehabilitation center. Wait, this just in from Lindsay Lohan, now being quoted on the record as saying Rob's leave of absence is just the start. I plan on taking one as well. Shocking developments here at Tony Katz tonight. Rob Ford is taking a leave of absence because of a substance abuse problem, admitted to smoking crack while in a drunken stupor. As many of us in the trades know, that is the only time to smoke crack. And we wish him all the best. Lindsay Lohan has said she will fly up to Toronto immediately as long as her ankle bracelet lets her, and she will be there by his side to hold back his non-existent hair while he throws up at night. This has been a day of news, Paige. A day of serious news.
Tough stories.
It is honestly on my heels. Just cannot believe what I am seeing. This is a rough night for all of Canada, and as far as I can see it, the perfect night to invade. Seriously, we could have all the syrup. Keep it here. This is Tony Katz tonight.
Attention business owners. Under a new small business pilot program, business owners are now being mailed checks for up to $35,000 or more. Yes, you heard that right. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $35,000 or more in just days. This amazing new Get Cash for Your Business program is so effective, it virtually eliminates the need to look for any more capital. Business owners nationwide are receiving checks now under this new program. You finally have an easier way to get the cash you need with no restrictions. You decide what to do with the cash. But hurry, because this program is only available for a limited time. A check for up to $35,000 could have your name on it. Call 800-605-2819 to find out how to receive up to $35,000 or more. Call 800-605-2819. That's 800-605-2819. Hurry, get the cash you need for your business. Call 800-605-2819.
Are you tired of painting your home every 3 to 5 years? Then stop painting forever. Hi, this is Jeff Pigeon. Thousands of Hoosier Permanent Coating customers have been extremely satisfied with our permanent solution to painting your home. Hoosier Permanent Coatings has a smart permanent coating system that lasts forever, and it's safe on the environment. A trusted award-winning family business for over 10 years, we provide a warranty on our work forever, and it's transferable too. A satisfaction and a money-back guarantee accompanies our Better Business Bureau Ethics Award. So if your home needs painting, you give Hoosier Permanent Coatings a call today at 8883-HOOSIER. That's 8883-HOOSIER, or visit IHatePainting.com. Call right now and find out how to get a $300 gift certificate with your first meeting. Call 8883-HOOSIER or visit IHatePainting.com. Hoosier Permanent Coatings.
Indianapolis, Meridian Mortgage Solutions is giving all home buyers a $500 credit towards closing cost. Go to meridianmortgagesolutions.net and get a low fixed rate starting in the threes, little to no out-of-pocket closing cost, and no payments till summer. Perfect or less than perfect credit, we can help in most cases. Call 317-968-9500 or apply online at meridianmortgagesolutions.net.
All loans and rates are subject to credit approval. Programs and rates are subject to change. Additional terms and conditions apply. Equal housing lender. See lender for restrictions and details. NMLS number 2975.
The news and talk of Indiana. 93 WIBC. From the Plumbing, Heating, Paramedic Studios.
This is Central Indiana's news, weather, and traffic station.
93 WIBC. Indianapolis.
Fox News Radio. I'm Ron Flatter. Residents who were told to leave more than 1,600 homes to avoid a growing fire in Southern California are allowed to go back. That's because the wind is finally dying down some.
Still a little nerve-wracking when you look out your window and everything behind your house is burned and you continue to see fire.
Just pray that nothing happens to the home.
So far, nothing has happened to any home in Rancho Cucamonga, east of Los Angeles, other than a report that one garage was singed. Wind gusting to 80 miles an hour and heat in the 90s contributed to the fire, covering 1.5 square miles. Still no report that any part of it has been contained. Amid reports of embarrassing new recordings, Toronto Mayor Rob Ford says he's getting help for his substance abuse. His lawyer saying that means a leave of absence. The Toronto Sun says it has new audio of Ford ranting and swearing in a bar. Ford has admitted to past drug use. He tells the Sun he will take a break from his re-election campaign. The storm that killed 37 people as it crossed the south was also deadly as it has flooded Florida's panhandle.
The one death in Pensacola happened because a woman drove into deep water on a roadway. Ian Satter is with Florida's Department of Transportation.
We advise people not to drive through any amount of water on the roadway.
And crews are trying to assess damage to roads and infrastructure, but it could be a few days before any recovery work can begin.
Fox News Radio's Eben Brown in Florida. A flood warning remains in effect along part of the Gulf Coast. The White House has just announced that President Obama has authorized federal disaster dollars for Mississippi. Basketball's San Antonio Spurs have taken a 3-2 lead in their first-round NBA playoff series against Dallas, winning tonight 109-103. And hockey's New York Rangers advanced with a 2-1 victory over Philadelphia in the 7th game of their Stanley Cup playoff series, one of 3 Game 7s tonight in the NHL. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
They all should be embarrassed. It's a real mess. What in the world was our government thinking? The news is breaking every keeping a close eye on what's going on. Explosive story. There was a lockdown, and a horror broke loose. We are live.
Are these displaced people?
A desperate situation. What are we going to tell the American people? What's going to happen there? It sounds like war is inevitable.
Israelis want peace desperately.
Greta Van Susteren, on the ground, chasing the real story and getting the truth. Nothing gets by Greta.
On the record, weeknights at 7 on the Fox News Channel.
Weeknights on Fox Business. They don't follow party lines. They don't accept the status quo. They don't do boring television. They are the independents, breaking through the clutter with a different point of view on the day's news. From politics to pop culture, social issues to international affairs, they're calling it like it is.
Cut the nonsense.
Kennedy, Matt Welch, and Camille Foster are the independents. Weeknights at 9, only on Fox Business.
Well, spring is here, and so are those spring rains and thunderstorms. Are you the type that worries when it starts to rain because you know your gutters are in bad shape, but you don't know just how bad? How about if I could get you those new gutters and a guarantee to never clean them out ever again? One of the worst jobs in the world as far as I'm concerned. Steve Simpson here. If you've climbed the ladder one too many times and you've laid in bed worrying about what kind of damage is happening to your house when the rain falls, you need Leaf Guard. Guaranteed never to clog or fall off your house for the rest of your life. No kidding. And if it ever does clog, Leaf Guard, will come out and unclog it for you for free. In other words, let them climb your ladder. No need to put it off, procrastinators, and you know who you are. Call Leaf Guard today. See how you could get up to $500 off, maybe even qualify for free installation. Leaf Guard of Indiana. Call them today, 546-0600. Again, 546-0600 for Leaf Guard.
I'm Alex Brown in the 93 WIBC 24-hour news center. Indiana House Ethics Chairman Greg Steuerwald says Cicero Republican Eric Turner was within the law and the House rules.
We had to judge this case based upon the rules and the ethics and the statute that are applicable, that are in current place today, that are current laws.
But the committee is also recommending tighter rules. Indianapolis Fire Chief Brian Sanford is leaving that position to become Chief of Staff to Public Safety Director Troy Riggs, partly because of his health. Sanford has Lou Gehrig's disease. Sanford has been IFD Chief since 2008 and served as the Warren Township Fire Chief for 8 years before that department merged with IFD. He says he will remain as IFD Chief until a replacement takes over. Governor Pence and Indianapolis Mayor Greg Ballard have joined about 50 people in commemorating the victims of the Holocaust in the annual State House ceremony.
Indianapolis attorney Tibor Klopfer's mother and father both survived the Holocaust. 12 of their immediate family members were among 500,000 Hungarian Jews who didn't.
500,000 murders.
That means about 1,350 murders every day for 12 straight months, or one murder nearly every minute.
Before a candlelighting ceremony at the State
I
House,
tried to
Puffer
call,
recounted
but I was
for
on
about
hold
50
for 8
people
minutes.
the horrors his parents refused for years to discuss. It wasn't until after his
However long
father
it was.
died that he learned his father was married once before. His wife and their 2 daughters were killed
this?
at Auschwitz. Eric Berman.
Good Lord.
Holocaust remembrance.
You're up to date.
what
Get
was
local
going
news
on.
on demand at WIBC.com. Now here's the forecast from the American
I just tuned
Standard
in. I was like,
Cooling
wow.
Weather Center.
Any isolated showers fade quickly this evening. Temperature cool by morning down to 44. 57 degrees both tomorrow and Friday for the high. A 30% chance of showers both days. I'm RTV6 meteorologist Kevin Gregory.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Katz Tonight.
You are.
Tony Katz tonight. Great to be with all of you. 317-239-9393. Toll free 800-571-9422. If you didn't watch the news today, it happens. Oh, what a fantastic life not to have to watch the news every day. Good gosh. People ask, why do you talk about the NBA or other things? Because if I talked every day about the insanity of this administration or the insanity of apologists, I would go mad. Yeah, I don't want to go mad. And it is open phones, by the way. Anything you want to talk about. 317-239-9393. Please. We don't have to talk about this, but this one is good. Regarding the emails and Benghazi. What are those emails? Those emails show that the White House worked to create false talking points about the attacks in Benghazi that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, that killed Foreign Service Agent Sean Smith, that killed Navy SEALs Tyron Woods and Glenn Doherty. That the talking point regarding a video and blaming it on a video, an anti-Islam video, was put forth by the White House and was not a CIA talking point as they claimed. Previously unreleased internal Obama administration emails show that a coordinated effort was made in the days following the Benghazi terror attacks to portray the incident as, quote, rooted in an internet video and not in a broader failure or policy. Emails sent by senior White House advisor Ben Rhodes to other top administration officials reveal an effort to insulate President Obama from the attacks that killed 4 Americans. Rhodes sent this email to top White House officials, including David Plouffe and Jay Carney, just a day before Susan Rice, the national security advisor at the time, made her, at the time she was the ambassador to the UN. Now she's national security advisor. Made her infamous Sunday news show appearances to discuss the attack. The goal, according to the emails, was, quote, to underscore that the protests are rooted in an internet video and not a broader policy, not a broader failure or policy. The emails show, they are clear, that the White House was engaged in telling this story. Well, today, a man by the name of Jonathan Karl of ABC News came to the press briefing. He's there often. And he starts asking Jay Carney, the press secretary, questions. It is an 8-minute video. Guy Benson from Town Hall has a really great breakdown. I'll put that in the chat room for everybody. There it is. It is quite literally some of the best video you can watch. To hear Jay Carney try and spin, to hear him be insulting and rude to Jonathan Karl. At one moment saying that Jonathan Karl was simply too jet-lagged to ask a coherent question, to get a reporter to say that Cheryl Atkinson, the CBS News reporter, former, because CBS wouldn't let her investigate stories. I mean, quite literally, Paige, you have the link there. Find the video at any moment and just start playing. Just start playing. You will hear this back and forth.
On the new Benghazi email, you knew full well that these Sunday show appearances were going to be dominated by the attack at Benghazi, right? As they were.
We certainly knew that would be a big part of the shows.
Or the primary thrust of those shows.
John,
you just had an attack on a U.S. consulate in Benghazi. You had Americans killed. You knew full well that what Susan Rice was primarily going to be asked about was about that attack, a terrorist attack on a U.S. consulate in Benghazi.
Can I read the promo from your show, ABC This Week?
All the promos you want. You don't acknowledge that these was going to be about the Benghazi attack?
John, absolutely. And that's why, as members of Congress did, Ambassador Rice relied on points about the Benghazi attack that were produced by the CIA.
But it wasn't the CIA. It wasn't the former CIA deputy director, as I said, Guy Benson, Town Hall. Guy P. Benson on Twitter really put together something very nice there, Town Hall. Former CIA deputy director Mike Morrell testified earlier this month that the agency was not the source of the bogus talking points that the Benghazi attacks were rooted in an internet video. And yet that fairy tale ended up in Susan Rice's official talking points days later and days after the administration knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that the raid was in fact a coordinated terrorist attack. For all of those who said that the people talking about Benghazi as a scandal are just looking for a way to attack the president, to hell with you. You lying psychopaths. By the way, someone's got to tell me, is psychopath the right word? I'll use a different word if you tell me to. You hateful bastards. That's clearly the right words. You are so willing to lie for this administration, to lie for liars. And Jay Carney, go ahead, Paige, scrub to anywhere on the video and listen to Jay Carney spin. It's stunning. Just pick a spot.
Those Sunday shows. And so a Q&A was prepared for that, as is the case every Sunday. What was also the case is that Ambassador Rice was, on the matter of Benghazi, relying on talking points that were originally created for members of Congress at the request of members of Congress so that they could go on television and talk about what happened in Benghazi.
Ambassador Rice went on those shows and she said that the attack in Benghazi was rooted in protests over an internet video. We now know that that was not true, that in fact the CIA director, former director Morrell, just testified last month that, quote, when she talked about the video, my reaction was, that's not something the analysts have attributed this attack to. It did not come from the CIA. You stood there at the podium time after time and said that she was referring to talking points created by the CIA. Now we see a document that comes from the White House, not from the CIA, attributing the protests to the video, and we have the former director of the CIA saying that that was not something that his analysts had attributed to.
John, I would point you to what Mike Morrell has said repeatedly in testimony about the creation of the talking points.
Well, now we have new talking
Let me
points,
finish,
though,
please.
You didn't release.
John, I answered that question. The fact of the matter is there were protests in the region. The talking points
didn't answer the question. The question is clearly, why wasn't this information known? Why didn't we let this email be known? Because according to Jay Carney, these emails that have come out to say that the talking point comes from the White House, they claim had nothing to do with Benghazi. It's, So President Obama needs to accept the fact that he's the one who said he'd have the most transparent administration in history, and he's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. That this was the conversation that I believe got President Obama reelected, in that there was no one willing in the second debate and the third debate to crush on this subject. When Candy Crowley opened her mouth, it should have been Mitt Romney said, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't you say he said X, Y, or Z. You're not part of this debate, Candy. You're there to ask questions. He should have been on this 24/7 because we knew then that we weren't getting the truth. Now, no one can say that we got the truth. And when they say to me, what difference does it make? The difference of whether or not the administration lied to the American people, the difference to whether or not the administration covered up and lied about what happened, the difference between whether or not security and proper security was given when we know what happened. Are you going to tell me you're going to do it better next time? I don't trust you to do it better next time. I don't trust you people at all. And I want to meet the people who still trust them. I want to meet the people who trust this administration. I want to meet the people who trust the people who are in charge. The Susan Rices and the Samantha Powers and the John Kerrys and the Hillary Clintons. I want to meet those people who trust them. They lied to you every step of the way. They're not supposed to get your loyalty in return. More ahead. This is Tony Katz tonight.
The sounds of spring in Indiana. And everyone's favorite. Things can change in an instant, so it's good to know where you can turn 24 hours to get the latest info.
There will be the potential of some isolated strong, severe storms.
When spring storms hit,
The best chance of these severe storms will be from Indianapolis to the south.
we spring into action. 93 WIBC.
When it comes to the health of trees, the emerald ash borer is more than a mere pest. It's a destructive force of nature that can devastate and even kill your ash tree. Fortunately, Bayer Advanced Tree and Shrub Protect and Feed Concentrate was formulated to destroy this invasive menace and prevent new infestations for up to 12 months. Plus,
Best sign he's a liar is that he's sputtering all over the place.
Bayer Advanced Tree and Shrub Protect and Feed Concentrate.
Well, then there is
Get
the
more
sputtering.
from the blue bottle. Always read and follow label directions.
Hey, Mr. Homeowner.
You're so quiet. What you doing? Still trying to get American?
I think they're safe.
No, I gotta wait to make
They
that
know that
phone
Roundup
call
Max
after the
Control
show.
365 should not
Don't
be
wanna
used
know.
around trees and shrubs.
You
Then I can
cannot
book-
hurt us because we're near the shrubs.
But with Bayer Advanced Durazone, you can control weeds in more places than 365.
Is that Durazone?
Durazone is long-lasting and can be used around established trees and shrubs, so weeds know there's no place to hide.
We're doomed.
Bayer Advanced Durazone. Get more from the blue bottle. Always read and follow label directions.
If you need reliable, high-quality video production, look no further than PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com provides promotional videos, training videos, and conference and event coverage nationwide. Get a high-quality, consistent look to your corporate videos with the most reliable video company in the country. Visit PrimeImageMedia.com today to learn more. Mention Tony Katz and get 10% off your first production. That's PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com.
A Broadway landmark.
3 minutes.
Concert
Right
at the
on.
Gilbert Circle Theater.
Tony, anything goes.
It's so true.
Jack Everly leads Broadway's brightest stars in Cole Porter's Anything Goes.
That I get a kick out of you.
Every showstopper from Indiana's own Cole Porter. An 80th anniversary recreation of
I'm getting a kick from champagne.
printing partner pop
Why
series.
are you shocked by this?
You're the Coliseum. You're the top.
For tickets, call 317-639-4300 or click on IndianapolisSymphony.org. May 9th and 10th, in concert at the Hilbert Circle
You
Theater,
should not be
Cole
shocked.
Porter's Anything Goes with the Indianapolis Symphony.
Springtime in Indy, and after a brutal winter, do what Patty did. Call Rhino Shield.
What motivated me to call was two projects that we had at our house. The summers would come and go, and I finally just said, got to get these two things painted. They look terrible, and it needs to be done. And that's how we got involved with Rhino Shield.
Rhino Shield's not paint, it's better.
Colors matched up very well with our house, and they were in and out, no mess. It all looks great. I was very pleased.
Central Indiana, call Rhino Shield now and get 15% off the regular price. 15%.
Call Rhino Shield. The professional people that will come out and do the painting is well worth the investment.
And as Jim Williams, owner of Rhino Shield, says,
this offer's limited, so hurry. Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
What's going on? Don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your
What up with
house
my computer?
again. Rhino Shield.
Do you have type 2 diabetes? Have you been treated for at least 3 months with metformin alone or metformin with a second oral anti-diabetic treatment? And is your diabetes not adequately controlled? You may qualify to participate in a clinical study of an investigational medication combining insulin glargine and lixisenatide to evaluate its effect on blood sugar levels as compared to insulin glargine alone or lixisenatide alone. For more information, call 317-745-8000 extension 81081. 317-745-8000 extension 81081.
Shop Menards Spring Sale for big savings on everything for spring. You'll find great deals on trimmers, mowers, grills, patio furniture, and much more. Update your bathroom with a new tub or shower by Lions. Lions products are made of top quality materials with a devotion to craftsmanship. The Elite Shower is made of durable, easy to clean acrylic. With a comfortable seat and 2 storage shelves, the Elite Shower by Lions is now just $398.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Gary Dick. Inside Indiana Business Radio provides the breaking news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:40 a.m. and 5:35 p.m. on WIBC.
Page earning her keep today.
This is Tony Katz Tonight. Follow Tony on Twitter at Tony Katz.
You are in.
See that? That's Paige trying to get back in my good graces. I may not know Animal House, but I know my Fleetwood Mac, and I know my moments. I know my moments. Let me go to the phones and we continue this conversation about Jay Carney getting just his stuff handed to him by Jonathan Karl today.
I feel like we need to get
from
to the
ABC.
chorus.
All right, I'll wait. And now it all comes together for everybody. Let me go to Denise on line 3 there. Denise, welcome, my friend, to Tony Katz Tonight. What's happening, Denise?
How are you?
You tell me. How am I doing?
You're doing pretty good.
Hot diggity. I like it.
What I don't understand, does this guy actually believe what he says?
Okay, the answer is that he believes he wants to get paid, and he believes he wants to help his wife sell her books, and he believes he'd like to have a career after this, so he's paid to do it.
Do you actually think he'll have a career after this?
Oh, of course, he's a progressive. All progressives have careers. That's part of the gig. Here's the question, Denise. The question is, do the supporters of President Obama believe it? And if they do. Okay, if they do, the question is why? Because the well-reasoned person, which is to say the person who is willing to look at something and look at the facts and to make a determination that there is an answer. And sometimes that answer is not what you want it to be, but there is indeed an answer. Well, that person has to say to themselves, wow, this is, if you don't believe that it's a lie, this is certainly a little more complicated than the White House let on. But if you look at this situation, if you look at these emails, if you look and see that the talking point regarding the video comes from the White House, was pushed by the White House to Susan Rice to then take to the Sunday shows to feed to us, the American people. And you have no issue with that lie. Well, then there's something wrong with you. There has to be. You can't be that you can see all of this and find no issue. You might say to me that you are still a supporter. You still believe in him. You don't believe it's as big of a deal as I do. Somehow you accept lying, but you would at least have to admit that there was a lie. And if you don't admit there was a lie, you must at least admit there was some non-telling of the truth. And if you don't believe in that it wasn't a non-telling of the truth, or it was a non-telling of the truth, you must at least believe that someone invented something somewhere along the line about they should talk about the video, because that's clearly what's in the email. And if you're unwilling to do that, well, then you, my friend, have to walk around with a helmet and a drool cup.
What happened to the guy from the video? Is he still in jail?
I don't think he's in jail anymore, and he is, I think, a little bit more of a complicated case than many people discuss, because he was on probation for something else. I think it was check fraud or some kind of banking fraud. He wasn't even allowed to use a computer, which is I don't know how that happens. And so that was what they're saying they got him on. But we took away, we imprisoned the man for absolutely no reason. And if you want to make it about the video, he did nothing wrong in that case. So no, I don't believe he's in jail right now. But look at
Nobody knows.
Well, I mean, you could just do the research. I don't have it off the top of my head. Someone look it up. Give me an answer, chat room. I appreciate it. It's not like they didn't disappear him. If that's the question you're asking.
No, that's kind of where I was going.
Yeah, no. This isn't Siberia yet. You can actually still know where people are. You can get droned, but you can't get the Siberia treatment here. That we haven't gotten to just yet. But the people who still believe, I talk about a couple of things, and one of the things I discuss is that there is a dangerous element out there, and it's not the person who disagrees with you, Denise. It's not the person who believes something that you don't believe. That is not, in and of itself, the dangerous person. The dangerous person is the one who sees the truth and says it's better that I believe the lie. That's the most dangerous person I can think of. And what we have now is an absolute understanding of what the truth is, and what we have now are people still willing to believe the lie. Now, you could say that you can say it in terms of that's the lie of what happened in Benghazi, or you could say that that's the lie of President Obama being transparent, or that's the lie that somehow this administration is better than other administrations, has done more than other administrations, is more valuable to the American psyche than other administrations. Or you could say that is to the lie that somehow President Obama is a politician above it all, that he was going to be the post-partisan politician, the post-racial politician. He is the most political person on planet Earth. He is the one who engages conversations like race to try and put you on the defensive and give himself the moments of moral superiority. And he has proven, and the administration has proven repeatedly, that they will lie and subjugate and push aside and cast asunder the American people constantly, continually, repeatedly in order to move forward their agenda. And yet there are still those who will defend, protect, and believe in this president. So while we could argue all day long into the evening hours that somehow President Obama is really dangerous, he is nothing compared to someone willing to follow someone like that. Those are the dangerous, dangerous people.
I just don't understand how you live with yourself when you get up there day after day after day after day and lie about it.
Oh, Jay Carney? How does Jay Carney live with himself? He lives with himself knowing that when he does his book, he won't get $17 million, but he'll get $2.5. And he sleeps just fine. I appreciate the phone call, Denise, so very much. Oh, it's not about the money? You want to argue with me that it's not about the money? 317-239-9393. It's about the money, or he's a true believer. Which one is it? More when we return. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
This hour is powered by the 2014 Decorator Show House and Gardens.
Hey, sis, what was the name of that greenhouse Mom took you to last year? Oh, you mean Butler's Wholesale Retail Greenhouses. She's been going there for years. They have the best ferns, and their geraniums hanging baskets are huge. You know, they have over 25 varieties of hanging baskets, from $13.50 to $19.50. In fact, you can't beat their prices. They have annuals up to 48 count, including vegetable mix and match for $13. Their bedding geraniums are $15 for 36 plants.
Well, sounds great, but what about their quality?
Oh, their plants are gorgeous. And you know, they let you shop all their greenhouses, 3.5 acres in all.
Well, how about getting together and taking Mom this weekend? Sounds good to me.
Butler Wholesale Retail Greenhouse, located at 2401 West Morris Street, only 2 miles from downtown. Open April 1st, 7 days a week. Give Butler's a call at 634-6067 or 370-2315. Butler's, where your gardening dollar goes yards further. Check them out on Facebook. Butler's Flowers and Plants.
If you need reliable, high-quality video production, look no further than PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com provides promotional videos, training videos, and conference and event coverage nationwide. Get a high-quality, consistent look to your corporate videos with the most reliable video company in the country. Visit PrimeImageMedia.com today to learn more. Mention Tony Katz and get 10% off your first production. That's PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com.
Hey, it's the chicks on the right here to tell you about our spring cleaning heroes at Zero Res Carpet Care. Yep, now is the best time to clean up, and that means calling Zero Res. Only Zero Res cleans green using their empowered water technology, and there's no residue left behind, and your carpets stay cleaner longer. Plus, you shouldn't just clean your carpet and surfaces when they look dirty. You call Zero Res because they make your home healthy and clean, getting rid of all the bacteria and germs you can't see. And isn't that really the whole point of spring cleaning? They're still running their 3-room special, just $129 for pre-treating, cleaning, and sanitizing. Just call them at 388-5141.
All right. So what else is going on, everybody?
And don't forget, Zero Res cleans upholstery, countertops, and tile floors, too, with no soaps, shampoos, surfactants, or any other chemicals.
I wonder what she has to say.
That number again is 388-5141, or you can visit ZeroResIndy.com and tell them the chicks on the right sent you.
Are you rushing my typing?
Forwards or backwards,
No.
Zero Res is the right way to clean.
Frazee Garden on 267 between Brownsburg and Avon's having their spring fling sale all weekend long. And Dottie, you got a bunch of stuff.
We have the best prices of the year on everything: annuals, trees, ground covers, perennials, shrubs, tropicals, hanging baskets, everything for your garden.
And for the gardener, Dottie?
We have fruit trees, small fruit, strawberries. For the specials and special features, you can go to FrazeeGardens.net or our Facebook page.
Stay tuned for a special offer that will rejuvenate and renew your looks even as you age. If you live in the Indianapolis area, you may be a candidate for a procedure that helps remove wrinkles, frown lines, and sagging skin on your face and neck. You've probably heard about the Lifestyle Lift. It's the groundbreaking technique that delivers long-lasting natural beauty. After a simple in-office procedure with a local Lifestyle Lift doctor, you'll look more youthful, more rested, more refreshed. If you want to learn more about Lifestyle Lift, call now and come see us for a free private consultation and facial analysis. But not everyone's a candidate, so call us to see if you qualify. And for the first time in the Indianapolis area, everyone who calls right now for a free private consultation will receive a $250 gift certificate good for select procedures. Call right now at 800-456-7968. Find out about flexible payment options. Call 800-456-7968. Start this spring with a fresh new look and a $250 gift certificate. Call now at 800-456-7968. Again, 800-456-7968.
What happens when you transform the Indianapolis Motor Speedway's world-famous oval into a 2.4-mile road course with 14 heart-pounding turns? Then unleash your favorite Indianapolis 500 drivers. You get the inaugural Grand Prix of Indianapolis, Saturday, May 10th, with tickets starting at only $25 at IMS.com. This is unlike anything you've seen before. More high-speed passing, more thrilling battles, more intense rivalries between drivers like Castronettis,
Then we're going to talk about the fact that Big Carney has this Tommy artwork on his walls.
Here's to glory.
You can think it's beautiful all you want. I mean, you're more than welcome to, but
here's to your new stories
peculiar.
to tell.
Is that Holly Baker in the chat room?
Witness the Verizon IndyCar
Look
Series
at
first
you.
ever Grand Prix of Indianapolis, Saturday.
You know,
May 10th.
mom liking
Tickets
stuff.
start at only $25. Get yours at IMS.com. But hurry, because they're going fast.
Honey,
Yeah.
I need to know where you rate your snapper mower on your list of priorities.
On a Saturday, absolutely number one. A new day with a great snapper mower and a perfect...
I know I always love to mow my lawn. That's such a priority.
Okay, well, that's Saturday. What about Saturday night?
Ooh, Well, you.
Oh?
Yeah, I was thinking we could take a nice romantic test drive.
Aw.
At the Snapper dealer.
My mother warned me.
Your Snapper dealer has great promotions going on now. Visit snapper.com for the dealer in your area.
Springtime is here, and with it comes warmer temperatures, and that means you'll need cooler air. Find an American Standard dealer near you at WIBC.com. You're listening to Tony Katz Tonight. To talk to Tony, call 239-9393.
You're in.
Wildfires here in Southern California. It's a very windy day. It's going to be windy for the next couple of days. And you just know that when the winds are like this, the Santa Anas are blowing. You just know that the wildfires are going to come. I mean, but it's still April, even if only just for today. It's a little early. Rancho Cucamonga. Wildfire known as the Etowanda Fire. Sent smoke billowing down the foothills toward large suburban homes. People are being evacuated. Hundreds of residents in the northern part of the suburban Rancho Cucamonga. The blaze broke out in the San Bernardino National Forest about 8 a.m. and has spread to across 800 acres, driven by winds of up to 80 miles an hour. And I'm telling you, where I'm at, the winds will rattle the house. Does that happen in Indiana? Can the winds rattle the house? Aside from a tornado?
We've had some pretty good winds recently. My windows have been shaken.
Have they? Is there something going on? Something?
It's just, wind sweeping through with storms, but
right.
We haven't had like a ton of rain or tornadoes here. There's just been some wind.
Yeah, so you already have a drought situation in California. Now add the potential wildfires, and starting early. That's just... It's not a recipe for good here in SoCal. I wish those people the best as things happen. I will definitely keep people posted. Let me go to Ree on line. I'm not sure which line that is. Welcome to Tony Katz Tonight. What's happening, Ree?
Hey, Ree. Hi, Tony. Hey, well, I just had a question.
Sure.
So I am a foreigner, but I'm an American now, and I'm married to a Hoosier who has, 5 brothers. And this whole family is split sort of 50-50, Democrat, Republican. And you can't ever talk about politics because obviously my mother-in-law would think you've ruined, the moment. And so, you sort of wonder, and I look around at the family and they're, lawyers, and on the other side, intelligent people. They're not stupid, but they're Democrats. But you can't really bring it up. So,
right.
How do you, it's problematic because we all sort of sit there and I want to say something, but I can't. And when you talk about sort of fighting the good fight, well, how do you do that in a family? You really can't do it.
You remind me of a conversation that Evan Sayet has very, very often. Evan Sayet, the author of The Kindergarten of Eden. We're actually speaking on stage together May 17th here in Los Angeles. And he says, when it comes to family, you can say all you want about Democrats. They're evil, they're disgusting, they're horrible, they're stupid. This is your brother. This is your uncle. They're not evil, they're not stupid, they're your family. How do you deal with that? Right. You brought up a conversation, but you went a little bit of a different direction than I thought you were going to go, because what you said is that they're not with you politically, but the conversations don't even come up. That is different than saying that they're different from me politically and it's always ganging up, it's always the same or racist attack. How do you deal with that? Are you saying that you want the conversations to happen at like the Thanksgiving, the Christmas, whatever the holiday is? Are you looking to have them?
Well, people are in different pockets in the house. It's a huge family, so you probably have 40 people around.
Right.
And maybe you're in one room or another room or whatever, but it's just you have the matriarch there and she doesn't want, you don't know how that will go. I don't think it would go badly, but it's as if everyone knows. Like, we all know where we are politically, but it's unsaid. It's just not talked about, and the conversation can't happen because she maybe thinks it'll go the wrong way, or it's odd.
I'll say two things. And by the way, where are you from?
South Africa.
Okay. I'll say two things. I do not believe in societies where one person gets to dictate what everybody else talks about. It's one of the reasons I no longer live in North Korea. And that is the first problem. If there is a problem, it's the idea that somehow mom or grandma or whoever the matriarch or patriarch of a family is too fragile, or that somehow we've built the myth of the reverence. Now, that doesn't mean to respect. It doesn't mean not to honor, or not to respect or not to honor, but it's a conversation of reverence. Grown-ups have conversations, and even if the conversation gets hot, they can still figure out how to enjoy each other and then slice the turkey. So that's number one. If these family events are into these entrenched positions, and not only positions of political thought, but positions within the physical household, I would be the first guy to say, why do you even go? It's time to start your own tradition. It's time to start your own thing. I don't believe that you should be in any way guilted or somehow feel a responsibility to be in a situation where you're not allowed to engage basic thought and basic conversation for fear of hurting somebody else's feelings or thinking what somebody else might think of you for having that conversation to begin with. But here's the big one. Here is I think and I don't know if it'd be the most fundamental part of the conversation. I certainly would stick very strongly to the idea of why do you go in the first place. I think that's a premise that needs to, as I'll go a little Ayn Rand there, a premise that needs to be checked. When's the last time someone brought up a conversation, and how was it brought up?
Well, I mean, everyone just talks about family. I mean, nothing political ever is talked about. You know, I'm sort of sitting there wanting to ask, you know, why Rick or why so-and-so do you know, what's your love of the party, or why do you vote that way, or what is your, you know, premise on the whole thing, that I don't feel comfortable because then I think I'm going to ruin, you know, Easter or something.
You know, everyone's always looking for somebody to break the ice. Maybe someone's just waiting for someone else to do just that, and certainly for your own satisfaction, you should be willing to engage that. One of the things that I think works, and I've said this very often about Obamacare, and I've said this very often about the left in Obamacare, and all the people who have had cancellation notices, all the people who either have a small raise in their premiums or a massive raise in their deductibles, all the people who no longer are able to keep their plan or keep their doctor. I have always said that we need to phrase this in the following way. It should not be the "I told you so." It should not be the "it's your fault." It should be the following. You got screwed by Obamacare? So did I. What happened to you? I'll tell you my story if you tell me yours. It is about starting a conversation not from a "why are you doing this?" or "why do you believe this?" But rather from a position of, I cannot believe this story and how many people it has affected. Did it affect you?
Yeah.
I am not saying it's easy. This is one of the big, tough conversations, and I have said on this program many times that it turns out, and I am living proof of it, there are things that blood does not make family. The person who is willing to stand next to you, the person who will accept you warts and all, as long as they're not endangering anybody, the person who wants to share with you, that is family. It is not always about blood. Sometimes the blood, they're not interested in their own safety, their own security, their own future, and it's very disheartening and distressing. I mean, I don't know you at all, Ree, but I'm listening to how you're talking about it, and you sound like a woman who is absolutely desperate to be able to enjoy these family times, but you're being prevented from doing so for fear that you're going to insult everybody by having what normal people have, which is a conversation. That is horrifically painful to listen to, and it must be even worse to live with. But I think that the way to broach a conversation is to ensure, to work on it, write them down, Are you asking me a question in an accusatory tone, as in, who the hell here could actually believe Jay Carney? Or is it being asked in a tone about, this is what's happening to me, can you relate to that? That personalization. This is family after all. There is a personal connection. What happens with the kids? What happens with mom? What happens with this matriarch as she gets older, and Social Security, et cetera, et cetera? There are ways to broach and break into this conversation, but try to do everything you can to make it about the personal, and then other things may blossom from there. Well, you know, I know you said this, but I actually think of it this way because my experiences have brought me to this direction. Yours seem to be different. What do yours tell you? And engage the conversation, or try to, in that way. But I go back to the second part. If you can't do that, or I should say I go back to the first part. If you can't do that, I don't know, maybe there's a reason not to show up to the events at all. Keep listening. I appreciate it. I hope I was some kind of help. Keep it here. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
It's tornado season and things get ugly.
FEMA is on the ground.
Well, doesn't that show the state of things that we can't even have these conversations with our family members?
Swift action.
We urge Russia to leave us alone.
That's always been. It's always been very, very difficult. What it is, at least I think what she was telling me, and you could hear it in her, at least I could, was that all of this is based on saving face with mom or grandma, and making some kind of artificial reverence to her being the leader of the family. I think that's a mistake. You can respect and honor somebody without placating them, because if the entire family is walking around on eggshells, that's not about reverence. That's about fear.
Well, that's how Mark's family was, but I mean, I was always respectful, but if I disagree with his grandpa, I mean, there were times when I knew just to let it go, but there were times when I'd be like, no.
Father's Day and
there's a difference between letting it go and feeling that if you say something, you're going to be ostracized.
Right, no, I get that.
You know, that's that.
Only at Reese Nichols Jewelers. Keystone at the
I swear to you, the older I get, the more Christopher Hitchens is in my head. Wow. Man, my life just came an interesting full circle right there. A little bit of Hitch and a little bit of my own experiences.
Whether it's serving food
it's
in the kitchen, tutoring and mentoring an
save it for the
elementary
air.
school child, or showing boys and girls the love of Christ on our sports fields. TAB is a place where we actually live out the message of the gospel, not just on Sunday morning, but throughout the week. At TAB, we don't just talk about our faith, we do it. And not just because these are the right things to do. We do them because Jesus instructs us to love God and serve our neighbors. What about you? Are you ready to put work clothes on your faith? Find out how you can fit in at tabprez.org.
Tabernacle Presbyterian Church, 34th Street and Central Avenue in Indianapolis, invites you to worship Sunday morning at 8, 9, or 11. If you can't make it in person, tune into Sunday with Tab, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WIBC.
Sorry, taking
For more
notes.
about Tab, visit us at tabprez.org.
I want my company's network to be safer and more reliable.
Do you want to deal with multiple vendors?
No.
Are per-user fees and added feature costs okay?
No.
How about solutions that are hard to install and use?
No.
Offshore or automated phone tree support
I got
okay?
this.
No.
Then yes.
Funny, Tony doesn't look North Korean. I thought that was a great joke. I thought that was world class. You people.
Users, apps, and data, all from a single source that's easy to do business with. Protect your business. Visit
You people with your rock and roll music.
to try any free for 30 days.
MSNBC presents Growing Hope.
When a voice is empowered to action, when light shines
well,
on
excellent.
equality and justice, the seed of hope is sown. It drives you to tackle the hard stuff, to stop gun violence, protect voter rights, to fight so that everyone has access to health care, and make sure no one falls through the cracks. As hope grows, so does the power of people.
Learn more at msnbc.com/growinghope.
America is for the makers. For those who believe quality is a promise and craftsmanship a value. At New Balance, 1 of every 4 shoes we sell in the USA is made or assembled in our American factories by our American makers. New Balance, Let's make excellent happen. Where the domestic value is at least 70%, we label our shoes made in USA.
Visit us in Greenwood at Stop 12 Road, a half-mile north of Greenwood Park Mall, or in Carmel at 99th and Michigan Road.
Join St. Margaret's Hospital Guild in the heart of Meridian Kessler at 5235 North Meridian, site of the 2014 Decorators Show House and Gardens. Visit showhouseindy.org for tickets and information.
You're listening to Tony Katz tonight. To talk to Tony, call 239-9393.
You're in.
I love that phone call. I know I went a little long there, Paige. But I want to make sure I was clear on something, because we started talking about it in the break, and I wanted to save it for air. I wanted to save it for this conversation. I mean, many times we're having conversations with the chat room there at TonyKatz.com, and you can watch the show happen and be a part of it. Rhea, first of all, I appreciate the phone call. She's not on the phone anymore. I really, really do. I hope I was some kind of help. I really and truly do, because it's not easy. You're not the only one going through it. And when I talk about the things that are what's the word? Blood is not family. I say it from a very, very personal place. And when it happened, I did not shed a tear. Not that it wasn't on its face sad, but the idea that I knew that what it was that was this, not disagreement, the splitting, if you will, was something that was about how people live better lives, unslaved lives, decent lives. I knew it, and therefore there was no tear to shed. It was that strong. But I want to go back to how you phrased it to us, and we were discussing it. Paige was saying, even with her husband's father or grandfather.
Grandfather, yeah.
It's not about respectful or letting some things go. So, heck, some things we all let go. We pick and choose, if we will, our battles. But there are moments where there's just a disagreement. No, that's not it for me. But I want to make sure I said something clearly, and I don't think I gave it a strong enough punctuation. If everybody in the household is walking around on eggshells around the matriarch, the mother, the grandmother, whatever it is, it's immoral, as I see it, completely immoral, to live your life for others when it negatively impacts you. If you get a tremendous joy out of it, who am I to tell you how to live? But if you get no joy out of it and it provides a negative impact, detrimental to your existence, well, then I think it's immoral to live that way. It's immoral to live that way. And when you realize is that you are not doing a service, you are being subjugated. And when the people walk around the matriarch like it's on eggshells, it's not out of respect and it's not out of honor. It's out of fear. And that turns into hate, because you hate going. You hate being at the event. You hate that you can't speak freely. You hate that you can't have a conversation. You've got all these people that you love in so many other ways, and you'd love to talk to them about these things, whatever it is, big or small, but you can't do it for fear that whoever it is going to get upset and, I don't know, cry and leave the room or determine that you've ruined the holiday. That is not respect. That's fear. I don't believe in it. And you know how difficult that is? It is incredibly difficult. Because you have this heart and you have this soul and you have this love and you have these preconceived notions. You're not supposed to go to these events and do it for others. One day I will tell some stories. That day is not today, Paige. That day is not today.
It is not this day.
It is no. I will not. It is something that on a secondary subject I learned the hard way, but I learned it, and I come to you and I share this stuff from a level of experience. When it came to me, there are things that have come to me later in life, things that came to me very, very early in life. I often talk about the fact that I have always been a late bloomer to near everything in my life. I say it this way: I am more often than not late to the party, but when I get there, that is a party. That's the way I feel about everything. But it's immoral. It's immoral to live your life for others when it negatively impacts you. You're not supposed to do that. And I would argue changing the holiday dynamic, if only for yourself and for your family. Because it's done is no reason for it to be done. And again, I'll discuss what Paige said there in the break about picking and choosing your battles. Well, you got to ask yourself, is this the one that you want? What is the benefit? If you don't feel there's a benefit, all right, well then whatever. But clearly, Ree, that's not where you're going. And I think that's true of a lot of people who are listening to this and saying, I have that same conversation, like all the time. Why can't we have a talk? Why does it always lead to yelling and screaming? I believe a lot of it is how it is phrased. What is it that's your objective? Are you going there to cause a fight or to start a fight? Are you going there trying to change someone's mind? Or is the objective to have a conversation? Remember this, and this is true. This is media training 101. When you're there sitting in the chair for a satellite feed to MSNBC, and you know that it's going to be someone who's back in New York who totally disagrees with you, you have to remember that that is not the person you're having a conversation with or for. That is not the person who you are trying to reach. I am not trying to change that host's mind, but somewhere in television land, somebody is watching, somebody is listening, and it's possible that I can get them. When you're at that family table, you do not have to convince the person in front of you as being obstinate or rude. But if you are measured and smart and bright and interesting and articulate and funny in your conversations, you might get someone else at the table. That's your audience. More ahead. This is Tony Katz tonight.
Cancer.
Be right back, guys.
No one wants to hear that word, but what drives you to face it? What inspires you to beat it? For the cancer team at Franciscan St. Francis Health, what inspires us is you. You're why we conduct genetic testing and the latest research, and are experts at detecting cancer in early stages, so you have more treatment options. You're why we perform the most advanced treatments available today and are breaking ground on new ones. Why we're on the forefront of minimally invasive surgery and innovative therapies to precisely target cancer. And you're why we're committed to making access to cancer care quicker, less confusing, and easier for you. So cancer doesn't stop you from living your life. Franciscan St. Francis Health, inspiring health.
Wow, this is Dick from Dr. Dirt. With the recent storms, if you think you have hail damage, call the only company I recommend. All-Star Roof Siding and more at 317-522-6409. I didn't think I had hail damage, but Tom Myers, All-Star owner, came out, met my insurance adjuster, worked with my company's pricing, and now I have a new roof, gutters, gutter covers, siding, and they even fixed my interior. All-Star is family-owned and BBB complaint-free.
Thanks, Dick. This is Tom Myers, owner of All-Star Roof Siding and More, and I'm a retired insurance agent with over 16 years experience in hail damage claims. Your house is too valuable to use just any company. Just ask Dr. Dirt.
Thank you, Tom. All-Star did a great job on my house. Call the expert at All-Star Roof Siding and More at 317-522-6409. That's 317-522-6409. Keep that number handy for future storms.
If you're like me, you know you can do more for your heart health. My family has a history of heart disease. I was afraid to find out if I was at risk. I changed my mind when I heard that Indiana University Health offers affordable heart and vascular scans read by board-certified experts. They'll assess my risk factors and tell me what scans I need. So listen to your heart and get a heart or vascular scan. Call 1-800-265-3220 or visit iuhealth.org/heartscan to find out if one is right for you.
The news and talk of Indiana. 93 WIBC. From the Plumbing, Heating, Paramedic Studios.
This is Central Indiana's news, weather, and traffic station.
93 WIBC, Indianapolis.
Fox News Radio. I'm Ron Flatter. Federal storm relief is on the way to Mississippi. Workers spent the day cutting through debris. President Obama tonight authorizing disaster relief money for Mississippi because of the deadly weather that tore through there this week. 37 people died as thunderstorms and tornadoes swept across the south, bringing floods along the southern Gulf Coast to places like Mobile, Alabama, where sinkholes have popped up out of nowhere.
Last night, an F-250 pickup truck was driving along this road. It went into the ground. The ground just opened up beneath it. The driver and his son are both okay. Roads that don't typically flooded yesterday, and you can see the destruction from it. This road is definitely going to be closed for quite some time just because of the lack of drainage, because of the excessive amounts of rainfall.
Michael Brannon of Fox 10 reporting from Mobile, Alabama. Even though containment is still a way off, firefighters seem to have the momentum against a wildfire that threatened homes in Southern California's San Bernardino County. It was fanned by 80-mile-an-hour wind that led to the forced exit of residents from 1,600 homes.
The wind continues to gust, but not nearly as bad as we experienced through much of the day. It seems that the worst of the danger has passed, but it was a very scary day for thousands of people who were forced out of their homes this morning. The good news is that when they come home, their houses will still be here.
Fox 11's Phil Schuman in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Toronto Mayor Rob Ford is seeking help for substance abuse. That's what his lawyer confirms tonight to Fox News after 2 Canadian newspapers have claimed to have had access to new embarrassing recordings of Ford. Basketball's Toronto Raptors have taken a 3-2 lead in their playoff series with Brooklyn, with a 115-113 win over the Nets. Earlier, San Antonio took a 3-2 lead in its series over Dallas. You're listening to Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Weekdays on Fox Business.
Bottom line here is we want investors to be prepared for the day ahead, the week ahead.
Opening Bell with Maria Bartiromo.
The concept is to bring perspective, analysis. All day long, I'm speaking with global allocators of capital, CEOs, heads of state, so I can anticipate some of the major moves or reactions, giving investors an edge.
Opening Bell with Maria Bartiromo. Weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on Fox Business.
On point, outspoken, always candid.
I have a message for this president, this administration.
Now, more than ever, we need a place for honest conversation.
Why can't you just say he was wrong?
Open debate and a real dialogue on the tough issues.
Debt has risen nearly $7 trillion. I don't want that for any community in this country. Republicans can't give in to this bullying.
A voice not afraid to be heard.
What part of that are you that was the wrong thing to do? Conservatives, you need to hold the line.
Watch Hannity weeknights on Fox News Channel.
You'll have to go to the internet to find a calendar for the year 2064.
Okay, so why would anyone want a calendar for 2064?
Well, if you take advantage of Unique Home Solutions roof sale this month, that's when your warranty will expire.
2064?
2064, at 50 years from when your unique roof was installed.
Long time. I'm trying to think of what I'll be doing in 2064.
I'll be lucky to be doing anything in 2064.
So there's 25% off any Unique Home Solutions roof in April, and you don't have to worry about your roof until 2064? That's what you're trying to say?
And the 25% off includes labor.
That sounds like pretty good timing.
And there's free handyman service just for taking a look, so call Unique in April.
Unique Home Solutions, 1-800-800-1971.
I'm Alex Brown in the 93 WIBC 24-hour news center. The ethics rules of the Indiana House will be reviewed this summer, and in the wake of the Eric Turner case, the ranking Democrat on the ethics committee, Terre Haute's Clyde Kersey, says the panel will also look at the law requiring legislators to disclose their economic interests.
Representative Turner did not violate any of the technical aspects of it, but I think as state representatives and elected officials, we're expected to go beyond that.
The committee found that Turner, a Cicero Republican, did not violate the rules but fell short of the highest spirit of transparency. An Indianapolis doctor is pleading guilty to distributing painkiller prescriptions after being blocked by the feds.
Dr. Segun Rasaki confessed to dealing and distributing controlled substances. Last August, numerous pharmacists reported Rasaki to the DEA. Their probe later revealed he had prescribed drugs to patients after his licenses had been suspended in 2011. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office says Rasaki at the time gave prescriptions to undercover agents based on inadequate physical exams. He was also convicted in 2012 on charges of sexual battery involving 2 patients. He faces sentencing on the latest charges May 27th. Mike Corbin, 93 WIBC News.
36-year-old Kelly Caranda of Logansport was pulled over for a traffic infraction on US 35 in Stark County and landed in jail on drug charges. State police say she had 172 baggies of heroin hidden in her underwear, and after she confessed to swallowing another 10, she spent some time in a hospital for observation. You're up to date. Get local news on demand at WIBC.com. Now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Any isolated showers fade quickly this evening. Temperature cool by morning down to 44. 57 degrees both tomorrow and Friday for the high. A 30% chance of showers both days. I'm RTV6 meteorologist Kevin Gregory.
All right, we'll get to those calls, Pitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Katz Tonight.
We're in.
Tony Katz Tonight. Hot diggity. Good to be with all of you. 317-239-9393. Toll free 800-571-9422. The chat room doing a beautiful job at TonyKatz.com. As I said, open phones. Anything you want to talk about, we will talk about. But this conversation about the people who still believe when they've been lied to, they know they've been lied to, and somehow are still okay with the liars. America in Stockholm Syndrome. Let me go to Jimmy there. Jimmy, welcome to Tony Katz Tonight. What is up, Jimmy?
Hey, what's up, Tony?
You tell me, my friend.
Hey, those people scare me too, Tony. The people that see the truth, hear the truth all around them, but they choose to believe the lies that come from the administration, from the president. And I made a little comparison a little bit ago, Tony, when you was talking about this. And I don't believe America's got this far yet, but my comparison is at the end of World War II, when the American soldiers had gathered up the German citizens, and took them to the concentration camps to show them what their Fuhrer had been doing to the Jews.
Right, and they didn't believe it.
They did, they seen it. It was happening all around them, but they just chose not to. They chose to believe the lies.
Let me read this to you. Let me read this to you. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. Seriously, the Declaration of Independence is great reading. remarkably, remarkably bright in its understanding of the human condition. I keep mine on my phone. But the idea that people will suffer and suffer and suffer, and that suffer only happens because they accept the suffering. And to your point, they will not believe what is suffering, because to believe it is suffering means that they have been wrong, and people hate being wrong. That's the real kick. That's the real pain and the real problem. It's that we have a society that when you're wrong, we shame you, we attack you, we yell at you, we make fun of you, we fight you, as opposed to being a society that says, glad you're right now. Glad you made it to the party. Not why were you late to the party. Glad you made it to the party. We don't do enough of that. That is the problem. And if you want to look at it in a less simplistic way, what does someone do when their ideology turns out to be false? When their entire life is built upon this belief, and that belief is not true. I often talk about Gloria Steinem in this way. And the people who followed Gloria Steinem, they got rogered but good by Gloria Steinem. Gloria Steinem, who told them that they were these strong women, Paige, and I appreciate the phone call, Jimmy. They were these strong women. They could do anything. They didn't need a man. A woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle. Wasn't that Steinem? And you could do anything you want, and you don't need a man for anything. And then she got married. What do you if you were a follower of Steinem, what do you do at that moment? What is that like? What is it like for all those people? And we heard the stories. We read them here. The people who said, I believed in Obamacare, I just didn't know I was going to be the one who was going to pay for it. They were Obama supporters beginning to end, and then they felt it for the first time. What his policies, his views, his attitudes, his morals bring. And they said, holy crap. I may have made a mistake. We're not supposed to say, well, of course you made a mistake, you schmuck. We're supposed to say, I got hurt too. Let's fix this. I believe that you can win the Senate on this one issue if you keep focused on this one issue. And you don't tell people they're horrible people for doing X, Y, or Z. You say to them, we're with you. I'm with you. I was hurt by Obamacare too. We have to change this. Let's change it. I think a great way to change it is to vote for this guy and not that guy, only on this issue. I'm not asking you to do anything else. I'm not asking you to change your thoughts on monetary policy or abortion or war or foreign policy, anything else. I'm not asking you to do it. I don't want you to do it. My goodness, please, 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 please don't do that. Just this. We're not doing enough of that, Paige. We're not bringing people in that way. It's part of the problem. Let me go to Don there. Welcome to Tony Katz tonight. What's happening, Don?
Hey, not much, Tony. I've been listening to you for a while tonight, and the one thing you said about family, not being blood, that's the same thing that they said before the Civil War when they divided us. And we're talking about the Democrats and Republicans right now. It's like, it's almost like they're religions now. People are like cheering for them, like they're Team Donkey's Tail, or they're Team Elephant's Tusks, or their big nose. I mean, I'm cheering for the elephants, and I'm cheering for the donkeys. The truth is they're both dividing us. They're not religion. We were supposed to get religion out of government. We've got it in again now, but instead of worshiping God, we're worshiping donkeys and elephants, and we're divided. And we're not focusing on the main thing, and that's our freedom and our democracy. The United States was what led this world out of the Dark Ages. It was the spark that sparked the Enlightenment, that got rid of the monarchies in Europe and we're going right back to it because we're dividing our people. Our families are the most important thing. We shouldn't fight amongst each other for politics. We should be united in what's best for the world, and that's what we're missing now. We're killing our own country, and it's the Democrats and the Republicans that are doing it. Our country's great. Our government that the Founding Fathers gave us, it is great. It's beautiful. Who the heck are these Republicans and Democrats? They're not in our Constitution. They've hijacked our elections. We are destroying our families and our country. So don't tell me that I shouldn't love my sister or my brother because they have different ideas. We need to tell them that we are being shellacked. We are being frickin' fleeced by these Republicans and Democrats. They're not a team that we need to worship. They're not a religion. They're horrible.
Now, Don, I want to say that I agree with you in most of what you said, and I thought it was incredibly well said. Hold on, and incredibly passionate. But here is the question. I never told you shouldn't love your sister. I never said that, and I'm not about to say that. What happens when you tell your sister that we're being shellacked? When you tell your sister in the same tone of voice you just told us, with the passion that clearly comes from a man who loves his people. What happens when you tell this to your sister and your sister says, you just don't understand? When your sister tells you you're wrong, or when your sister says, oh, you're just like one of them, whoever them may be. My question to you and to everyone is, what do you do at that moment? And I argue, I say clear, that's the moment you realize that there are things stronger than blood. The thing that is stronger than blood is the person who wants that same thing, to live that same free life. That is my only point, and it is rough to deal with. Keep it here. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
You got a lot of things to remember in the morning.
Does anyone see my keys?
Don't forget your lunch money.
Oh, there's my keys.
Well, I left my purse at home.
Where means go?
Wind him up and let him go.
No worries.
I
Good
appreciate
mornings
it.
begin with good information.
But for your traffic now building.
Traffic and weather together on the 5s.
Then the cold front is going to come.
And everything else you
It's
need
nice
to
to
know in
see,
between
right?
on
It's
Indy's
nice to
morning.
see the passion, and I let him go. I mean, I was watching the time. I think he did like 2 minutes. Or he did 90 seconds straight, right?
He better not call back and complain that we hung up on him.
No.
I hate when they do that.
The problem is that everybody wants to do what's happening.
Who could sleep with that noise?
I need people to do what happens next.
Unfortunately, 30% of adults.
Because what happens when what you're doing doesn't work?
Poor sleep can
How
be
many
caused
people
by
here have
lifestyle
family, have
and
brothers and
work
sisters?
factors.
You could say that exact same thing to them, and they don't care.
Disorder called sleep apnea.
Yeah, well, you're still evil. Yeah, well, you're still a racist. Yeah, well, Republicans are
Some
still
people
ruining.
just don't want to be saved.
It can even increase your risk of heart disease if you suffer from.
No, I think you mean that from a religious context, and I mean that from a societal context.
I mean it both ways.
You know, I never mean it from a religious context. I believe that religion should be far more private and personal. But society is it's clear you are better off or you are not.
Visit breathebetterin.com for more information.
And that's man, it's tough.
Reliable, high-quality
But this has been some very fun radio.
Prime Image Media
To be able to have these two back-to-back conversations.
Coverage nationwide. Get a high-quality, consistent look to your corporate videos with the most reliable video company in the country. Visit Prime.
There's a guy trying to ban Hop on Pop from libraries because he says it encourages violence against dads.
That's PrimeImageMedia.com.
I'm
Send me
watching
that
the
link.
story on RTV6 right now.
No.
Hey, Bob.
For reals, they're reporting about it.
Look good.
Yeah, I have a roof leak, and my gutters have pulled away from the house over here.
This is the world that we live in.
You should call Preferred Roofing and Restoration.
I'm
Their
looking for the
reputation
story.
means everything. We've used them on this house and our last house. They're local, family-owned, and operated. They use quality products, take no shortcuts, and I trust them. They handle roofing, siding, windows, gutters, and everything.
That all sounds just like what I'm looking for. What about my insurance company?
Preferred
Wait,
Roofing
it's
and
not-
Restoration is years
it's not
of
on their
experience
website.
dealing with insurance companies.
I just looked it up and it's on the CBC.
To work with your insurance company and handle all the insurance
Can you
claim
send it to me,
processes,
please?
or work with you. You need to call Preferred
Give me a second. Patience, sir.
Dude, I'm being patient.
Contact Preferred
It was the tone.
Restoration today.
Whatever.
Call 414-3044.
Can you send it to me, please?
3044. Online at preferredroofingindy.com. Preferred Roofing and Restoration. Reputation means everything.
Stay tuned for a special offer that will rejuvenate and renew your looks even as you age. If you live in the Indianapolis area, you may be a candidate for a procedure that helps remove
There it
wrinkles,
is.
frown lines, and sagging skin on your face and neck. You've probably heard about the Lifestyle Lift. It's the groundbreaking technique
That's
that
not
delivers
possible.
long-lasting natural beauty.
Did you
And
put
for
that in the
a
chat room
simple
already?
office procedure with a local Lifestyle Lift doctor, you'll look more youthful, more rested, more refreshed. If you want to learn more about Lifestyle Lift,
you want me
call
to?
now and come see us for a free private
Yeah.
consultation and facial analysis. But not everyone's a candidate, so call us to see if you qualify. And for the first time in the Indianapolis area, everyone who calls right now for a free private
See,
consultation.
that's how you know it's a
Coming
good
for the
day.
locket in your pocket next.
Procedures. Call right now
I
at 800
see.
456
You know your hop on pop.
8968. Find out
Because you got a
about flexible
1-year-old.
payment options.
I've got pretty much all of the Dr. Seuss books.
Start this spring with a fresh new look and a $250 gift certificate. Call now at 800-456-7968. Again, 800-456-7968.
The annual 500 Festival Breakfast at the Brickyard, presented by ProLiance Energy, is selling out fast. The agenda consists of a hearty breakfast at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Q&A with two-time Indianapolis 500 winner Al Unser Jr., the chance to see the 2014 500 Festival Queen crowned, as well as taking a lap around the famed oval in your vehicle and touring the
It's going to be a Broadway adaptation of Up.
experiencing Indianapolis 500
Really?
qualification.
Yeah.
For tickets, go to 500festival.com. That's 500festival.com.
Crazy Garden on 267 between Brownsburg and Avon's having their spring fling sale all weekend long. And Dottie, you got a bunch of stuff.
Canadians.
We have the best prices.
They're hilarious.
On everything.
Oh, those connects.
Ground covers, perennials, shrubs, tropicals, hanging baskets, everything for your garden.
And for the gardener, Dottie.
We have fruit trees, small fruits, strawberries. For the specials and special features, you can go to crazygardens.net.
That is
or our
crazy.
Facebook page.
So I got to get up and listen to a radio program at 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning. You're kidding me, right? Well, it's worth it. The Christian Science Sentinel Radio Edition. Sundays on WIBC and WIBC.com. Tim Shooting Academy in Westfield. Open daily to the public with 15 lanes, state-of-the-art ventilation, and a full-service store. Satisfying all shooting needs. Visit TimShootingAcademy.com.
To talk to Tony Katz, call 800-571-9422 or 239-9393. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
You're in.
So during the break, we're talking about these fantastic calls that have been coming in, and people, really discussing a lot of personal stuff about family and belief in America and how you get through to people, and it's been just wonderful, it's been terrific. And then Paige says, "No, don't worry about it, Tony. We're back on track. Toronto wants to ban the book Hop on Pop." So first of all, again, the Canadians leading the way. First, of course, there was Toronto Mayor Rob Ford admitting through his lawyer that he indeed has a substance abuse problem. Doing crack while in a drunken stupor clearly wasn't enough to prove this thesis. But according to this from CBC News, of the many books available within the Toronto Public Library system, one would think that the Dr. Seuss classic Hop on Pop would be among the least controversial. Unfortunately for the library's Materials Review Committee, which is tasked with addressing complaints against particular books and deciding whether or not to keep them in circulation, it's not the case. According to the TPL's recently released 2013 reconsideration of materials summary, a formal complaint was lodged last year against the book Hop on Pop. And here's why. I have it in front of me. The summary of customer comments encourages children to use violence against their fathers. because the children might actually literally hop on pop. Now, I have watched a lot of news, ladies and gentlemen. I have watched some things, Paige. I'm not particularly proud of it, but I have watched some things. I have seen families in all sorts of arenas, but never once have I ever seen a child anywhere, mind you. Not at a park, not at a holiday, not at a swimming pool, not anytime, anywhere, at any moment have I ever seen a child hop on pop. Now, you could say to me, you've never seen a kid try and jump on his dad's back? Oh, no, I've seen that. Have you ever seen a kid climb into his father's unsuspecting lap? No, I've seen that too. But I've never once, except for maybe America's Funniest Home Videos, to which somebody was trying to win $10,000, seen a child wittingly jump onto dad's belly. Hop on pop, literally. Have you ever witnessed this, Paige?
No.
Okay.
But I think I'd be much more nervous about the walk it in the pocket, personally. Just saying.
So this book encourages children to use violence against their fathers, and what this person wants is he wants them to remove from the collection and issue an apology to fathers in the area and pay for damages resulting from the book.
I didn't realize this was an epidemic of people hopping on pop.
There is a serious issue with men across America. Pops are being hopped upon.
You mean in Toronto, in Canada? Because this is from Canada.
Only in Canada does this happen. You know why? Not enough guns. Kids in America know you hop on pop, you might get shot.
Oh, that's good.
By the way, that's the quote Media Matters is going to go with. That's clear. That is a front page. No question about it. Oh, good Lord. Here is what the findings are from the library, from the reconsideration of materials summary. The Materials Review Committee found in 2013. Bullet point, the first. The book is a humorous and well-loved children's book designed to engage children while teaching them reading skills. Since its publication in 1963, it has maintained its popularity and appeared on many best-of children's book lists. Dr. Seuss was a prolific and celebrated children's author who won the Pulitzer Prize among many other awards. The children are actually told not to hop on pop. Therefore, the book is retained in the children's collection. The Canadians will get their Dr. Seuss, ladies and gentlemen. And there was cheering across the land and ice skating rinks everywhere. You really don't have anything to do if this is what the country is coming to. I want to meet the man who made the complaint. What would you do to have a conversation with him, Paige? To meet the guy.
What wouldn't I do?
To meet the guy who said hop on pop is destroying fathers everywhere.
I mean, that is a special kind of person.
By the way, Prue in our chat room, who is Canadian, quite literally said, "This is why I no longer live in Toronto." Your husband, has he ever been hopped upon?
No. Of course, she's just starting to walk, so
right.
Give her time. But, as much as we read those books, I don't think she's ever tried to hop on us.
Do you think it's possible that she could fall in with the wrong crowd and proceed to hop on pop?
We do have a couple of cousins that are about her age that look a little suspicious, so it could happen.
I mean, if we were to say to people that you should not in any way hop on pop, but if you were to videotape it by some chance, that might be, it could get watched by millions of people if you were to hop on pop. But I don't think that that's the right thing to do, and I would never advise that anybody do such a thing. That is not advisable. That you videotape yourself hopping on pop and actually prove that there is an epidemic of pop hopping happening in America. The Canadians, once again, bringing us the bad stuff. More ahead. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
This hour is powered by the 2014 Decorator Show House and Gardens.
Pat Sullivan here with a spring home improvement tip. You wouldn't go a year without cleaning the inside of your house, so why are you waiting to clean the exterior of your home? You may not even realize how dirty things are out there. Take a look at your roof for those ugly black roof stains. Look at the exterior walls. Check out your gutters and your concrete. Look at how winter has weathered your wood deck. Then call the guys I rely on, Indiana Roof and Exterior Cleaning. They'll come out, inspect everything, and give you a free estimate. They'll safely clean your roof, the exterior of your home, concrete, even your gutters. Indiana Roof and Exterior Cleaning safely cleans and seals concrete patios and driveways, wood decks. They do power washing. They eliminate those ugly black roof stains and much more. Check out all their services at IndianaExteriorCleaning.com. Get clean with Indiana Roof and Exterior Cleaning. See more at IndianaExteriorCleaning.com. Give a call at 771-4660.
You have any other crazy
That's
stories for me?
771-4660 or IndianaExteriorCleaning.com.
If you need reliable, high-quality video production, look no further than PrimeImageMedia.com.
Have we checked out Drudge? He sometimes has stuff.
Promotional videos,
No, I was just
training
wondering if you had
videos,
any
and
other-
conference and event coverage nationwide.
Pop on Pops? No, that's it for me.
Consistent look to your
I will take my leave.
the most reliable video company in the country. Visit PrimeImageMedia.com today to learn more. Mention Tony Katz and get 10% off your first production. That's PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com.
As Abe Lincoln said, in the end, it's not the years in your life that count, but the life in your years.
That is the
At
truth,
Nichols
baby.
Jewelers, we take great pride in helping you mark the memorable moments in your life.
I remember it like it was yesterday. I was a graduate, standing tall in my cap and gown, and beside me my proud parents, beaming from either my accomplishment or perhaps the knowledge that I'd soon be moving out. Well, either way, it was a point in time I'll never forget because of a very special gift given to me by my father. In a private moment, he handed me a small square box. I opened the box to find a watch. My first real watch, a fine Swiss timepiece.
A special moment remembered daily, each time he glances down at his watch. Join us at Reese Nichols Jewelers this Friday and Saturday at our annual watch event. See and save on the largest collection of watches in the Midwest.
Reese Nichols Jewelers, north across from Keystone at the Crossing, and in Greenwood at US 31 and Fry Road.
Save big on everything to give your home a beautiful new look. Now during Menard's flooring sale. Choose from a fantastic selection of carpet, all on sale, from top brands including Shaw. Enjoy the great looks and durability of Jules Brisé carpet by Shaw. In 2 colors, just 69 cents per square foot. Plus, get free carpet pad after rebate with qualifying purchase. Check out this and much more during the flooring sale at Menard's.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you looking for a church with both a rich history and an eye on the future?
Pastor John Gable of Tabernacle Presbyterian Church.
Whenever I look around our sanctuary or stand on our sports field, I'm reminded of and inspired by the faithfulness of those who have gone before us during our church's 160-year history. So what accounts for TAB's long history? I believe it's our faithfulness to the call of Christ, a call that has not changed in 2,000 years, but is still relevant today. Of course, it's helpful to study and celebrate our past, but TAB's ministry and work speaks to today. Yes, TAB has a rich history, but we are also engaged right now and will be well into the future.
Tabernacle Presbyterian Church, 34th Street and Central Avenue in Indianapolis, invites you to worship Sunday morning at 8, 9, or 11. If you can't make it in person, tune into Sunday with TAB, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WIBC. To learn more about TAB, visit us at tabpres.org.
When it comes to the health of trees, the emerald ash borer is more than a mere pest. It's a destructive force of nature that can devastate and even kill your ash tree. Fortunately, Bayer Advanced Tree and Shrub Protect and Feed Concentrate was formulated to destroy this invasive menace and prevent new infestations for up to 12 months. Plus, it provides continuous feeding for up to 3 months. Use Bayer Advanced Tree and Shrub Protect and Feed Concentrate and get more from the blue bottle. Always read and follow label directions.
Look alive, weeds. It's a matter of life and death.
These weeds have a mission: to hide every bottle of Bayer Advanced Durazone Weed and Grass Killer in this store.
Hide one in the wheelbarrow. tomorrow.
They know Durazone kills weeds for up to 6 months, 2 months longer than Roundup Extended Control.
Put some behind the garden gnome.
And Durazone Ready to Use provides more coverage. It goes 50% further than Roundup Extended Control Ready to Use for a better value. No wonder weeds are terrified of Durazone.
Hide them all!
Bayer Advanced Durazone. Get more from a blue bottle. Always read and follow label directions.
America is for the makers. For those who believe quality is a promise and craftsmanship a value. At New Balance, 1 of every 4 shoes we sell in the USA is made or assembled in our American factories by our American makers. New Balance. Let's make excellent happen. Where the domestic value is at least 70%, we label our shoes made in USA.
Visit us in Greenwood at Stop 12 Road, a half-mile north of Greenwood Park Mall, or in Carmel at 99th and Michigan Road.
Springtime is here, and with it comes warmer temperatures.
all right.
And that means you'll need cooler air. Find an American Standard dealer near you at WIBC.com. To talk to Tony Katz, call 800-571-9422 or 239-9393. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
You are in.
So there's a report out that Oprah wants to buy the Clippers. Forbes has valued the Clippers at $575 million. And many expect the Clippers will be the first NBA team sold for over $1 billion because, you know, they're in LA, they have an unbelievable lease deal with the Staples Center, and they have a very, very good team. And one of the groups is Oprah, David Geffen, and the CEO of Oracle, Larry Ellison, thinking about buying the team. It's good to know that what's really at issue here is not racism. It's the opportunity to get in on an exclusive club. Because that's what it's all about. Don't get me wrong. If I could own a team page in 4 seconds, I would love to own a team. Like if somehow the Ursays wanted to give it up. Are you following me here?
To start doing a lot more live reads.
Well, clearly, but you know, but look, not even Oprah is going it alone. Right, you do it with some friends. So I would basically be part of a group of people who would make a move to take ownership of the Colts. Now I don't want anybody reporting that I'm trying to do this. But what I am saying is that there's some people out there who recognize that I have, you know, natural abilities and want to be a part of putting together the financial opportunity while I lead the cause for making the Colts the first ever multi-billion-dollar organization. I am prepared to do that. I am prepared to do just that, page. And I make this commitment here and now. I need some commitment music, Paige. If you have some kind of music that shows strength, I would like that. Maybe I don't know, the Battle Hymn of the Republic, whatever. I would like to make my pitch right now to you, the people of Indiana, and to all of America listening at TonyKatz.com. My promise to you right here and now, because it's clear that the thing to do if you're in the public eye is to own a sports team. This is what you do. I say to you now, people of Indianapolis, that when I am the new owner of the Indianapolis Colts, this is the worst music ever, Paige.
You asked for the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
I say to you, my dear people, and you are my people, I am with you. I am not Paige, still a lover of the 49ers. Heretic that she is, burn her at the stake, I will. And when I am done, I promise you that the Colts will never leave Indianapolis. This is promise number one. The Colts will never leave. They will be in Indianapolis forever or until I get a better stadium deal. This is what I promise to you. I promise not to move them in the middle of the night either. I will do it in the middle of the day with many armed guards at my side. Ladies and gentlemen, when I am the owner of the Colts, Andrew Luck will have to sleep every night in an oxygen tent to remain youthful and vigorous. He will also never be allowed to trim his beard. That thing is going to ZZ Top proportions, ladies and gentlemen, down to his ankles if it is necessary. Oh, by the way, hold on. Shut the music for a second. So Cameron Gray, the producer of Cam and Company, where do I have this? Hold on a second. Let me get this for you, Paige. He does an interview for NRA News during the convention with Adam Vinatieri. All right? And when I was, I don't know if you were in the room or not, Paige, when I was saying what I thought the Colts record would be.
Yes.
Okay, so I just sent you the clip. Like about 3 minutes in, he says, so I got to tell you, Adam, I was on the show with my good friend Tony Katz, WIBC, WIBC.com, 93.1 FM, and he said you were going to go 10-6. I want to say for the record, I did not say, Adam Vinatieri, that we were going to go 10-6. I said 11-5. And Cameron Gray threw me under the bus because he couldn't remember. I did not say 10-6. That would be an insult. Go ahead, play it.
Last question. Let's talk about football for a second. Their schedule came out the other night, and I was on the air with my friend Tony Katz here in town on WIBC FM, and he went over the season game by game, and he said you're going to be 10-6. How do you? I know you're not good. I don't want to, put you down to a prediction, but how do you think you're going to do this year?
I think we're going to do better than that. I do.
16-0?
Well, I don't want to do any predictions either right now, but we've made some great strides over the last couple of years. I think when we first, the new coaching staff, the new GM, Andrew Luck was a rookie. I think everybody said, we might win 2 games. Well, if I remember right, I think we were 11-5, right. and last year we took it another step further.
11-5
playoff game. I think we're trending in the right direction. I think we're going to continue to be good. We've got a lot of young talent. Last year we had a couple of injuries that hurt us a little bit, and hopefully everybody will be back this year. So, without making a bunch of predictions, I think we're going to do a little better than 10-6.
So, and it goes on from there, and I'll post it at WIBC.com. But I want to say I said 11-5, not 10-6. And I appreciate Cameron Gray, Cameron_Gray, Gray on Twitter. I appreciate him mentioning me in the interview. But Adam, I did not say 10-6. That would be an insult. I said 11-5 because that's exactly how it's going to fall. But Paige, give me back my music because I'm not done with my promises to the people of Indianapolis. When I am the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, Adam Vinatieri will be given the title Kicker for Life. He will be our Kim Jong-un. This is what I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, the good people of Indianapolis. When I am owner of the Indianapolis Colts, every home season opener will be accompanied by free fried pork tenderloin. This is my promise to you, my good people. I promise that if Peyton Manning should try to enter the Hall of Fame as a Denver Bronco, I will hunt him down and do him harm with my bare hands. This is what I promise to you as owner of the Indianapolis Colts. I'll also try to do something about beer prices, but no guarantees. So if we could put together some kind of financial group and bring it to the Ursays, this is what you will have. A team that most likely stays in Indianapolis unless there's a good deal somewhere else. Adam Vinatieri, Kicker for Life. Peyton goes into the Hall as a Colt, or else free pork tenderloin, fried pork tenderloin sandwiches, maybe a better price on beer. You find somebody who'd be better than that? Not in this lifetime. It's because I love. Oh, and if I am the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, Paige will get a tattoo of the Colts logo on her face. Thank you. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
Your community.
An officer foiled robbery at a Circle K convenience
Tattoo
store
on my
in
face, huh?
This morning.
Your world.
Many more houses.
Big Colts face tattoo.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Big Colts face tattoo.
If something should happen.
Scrutiny during an arrest.
When events happen.
Secretary of State John Kerry's reported to have said Israel is going to become an apartheid state.
We'll happen to be there.
Report calling for the hiring of 400 new police officers.
On the level, on the go. 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
A Broadway landmark in concert at the Hilbert Circle Theater. Jack Everly leads Broadway's brightest star.
Too many show tunes, not enough Larry O'Connor.
That I get a kick out of you.
Every showstopper from Indiana's own Cole Porter. An 80th anniversary recreation of Anything Goes in the Printing Partner Pop series.
You know, if I had time, I would totally do musical theater.
David Wood does it.
For tickets, call
Does he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's doing, he's in Les Mis right now. Our program director is doing Les Mis. Where are they doing that? I forget where they're doing that.
Anything Goes with the Indianapolis Symphony.
Springtime in Indy, and after a brutal winter,
It's at the center, it's at the Palladium.
It's fairly high maintenance. You know, it was getting to be a lot
At the Tarkington.
coated and sealed every 4 or 5 years and so forth. I'm getting
It's supposed to be really, really, really good.
Well, I would think so. I mean, if you're going to undertake Les Mis, you don't want to have halfway talent.
my wife is real happy with it. The outside.
Though I have seen a few versions of West Side Story that left me in tears from laughing so hard it was that pitiful.
Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
I was real pleased with those guys. They would start at daylight in the morning and work till dark. When they came to do it, they came to get her done.
Here's owner Jim Williams of Rhino Shield.
But sometimes that's what you get with summer stock.
At 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
I think it was good value and couldn't be more pleased with the product.
Hey, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Are you putting your money into an IRA, pension, or 401k? Then I hope you're prepared to lose 30, 40, 50% or more of your retirement savings. Because it's not a question of if the market crashes again. It's a question of when. It's going to happen. Did you know there is a way you can protect and grow your wealth safely and predictably every single year? The people using this approach didn't lose a penny when the market crashed in 2000 or 2008, and they won't lose a penny in the next crash. In fact, their money will continue to grow safely year in and year out, even when stocks, real estate, and other investments tumble. A free report detailing this savings program.
Sir, who wouldn't love to own a team? How much fun.
Steve Martin tweeted that his bid was not accepted by the Clippers of $12.98.
This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement.
Wow.
It far outperforms.
He forgot to mention all the banjo love.
To get this free report, visit bankonyourself.com. That's bankonyourself.com. Bankonyourself.com.
Indianapolis.
Tony, can you bank on yourself?
You have been told that you can't refinance.
I have my whole life.
MeridianMortgageSolutions.net. We can possibly lower your monthly payment and
My
take
whole
years off
life.
your mortgage. Get a low fixed rate starting in the 3s with little to no out-of-pocket closing cost and have no payments till summer. Perfect or less than perfect credit, call 317-968-9500 or apply online at MeridianMortgageSolutions.net.
All loans and rates are subject to credit approval. Programs and rates are subject to change. Additional terms and conditions apply. Equal housing lender. See lender for restrictions and details. NMLS number.
So yes, you can bank on yourself.
Hospital Guild in the heart of
I don't know if you can withdraw, but you can certainly bank on yourself.
Of the 2014 Decorators Show House and Gardens, open now through May 12th. Visit showhouseindy.org for tickets and information.
This is Tony Katz Tonight. Follow Tony on Twitter at Tony Katz.
You are in.
So Paige was saying during the break because one of the commercials was for Anything Goes, which is playing right around the circle there. I always forget the name of that theater. It's where the symphony plays. Right? Anything Goes is playing. So they were running ads, and Paige's like, I'd love to do musical theater. And I'm reminded that our very own David Wood over there at WIBC, programming director extraordinaire, and I'm not paid to say that. I'm threatened to say it, but I'm not paid to say it. He is in Les Miserables right now, going on to Tarkington. There at the Center for the Performing Arts in Carmel, in hoity-toity Carmel, as people keep telling me. Everybody who's like, so what'd you do while you were here? Well, I checked out this and I drove around here. Where'd you go? I was in Carmel, and then I went, oh, hoity-toity Carmel. I'm like, the people just living their lives. What's wrong with you? Why is everyone like that? Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. there at the Tarkington, and you can see David Wood, and you should go to the show. And buy your ticket. A great show, fantastic show, and hold up a sign that says, "David, more Tony Katz." That would be great if you could go to Les Miserables.
Not good job, David.
David Wood.
David,
thanks for hiring Tony Katz. Just that. You know, what would make this show better? Tony Katz.
You know, a friend and I did that once. We actually took signs to a show for a friend, and at one point when she was dancing, we didn't hold them up so it would block people, but we held them up so she would see them, and she actually missed a step in her song.
See, that's not nice. That's not funny.
Awesome.
You know what the difference is between your friend and David Wood? David Wood is a professional. A professional.
Well, it was summer stock. I mean...
and took a misstep. That ends that career. Hope you enjoy being a waitress.
I don't know what she's doing.
What's her name? Katie?
Actually, it was.
No!
A different Katie.
You have two Katies who you've ruined the life of? That's impossible. Paige, how can it be this long that you didn't share this?
I didn't think it was relevant until now.
You didn't think it was... This is why I might need a new producer. Wait a second. You ruined two lives.
I didn't remember it until you talked about taking a sign, and then I remembered a friend and I did that.
Wait, who is this Katie? Who will be known as Katie the Second in lore?
She's a girl I worked with at Starbucks.
So how did you end up going to her dance recital at Summerstock?
A good friend and I started doing a thing on Tuesday nights where we'd go out to different types of food, like ethnic foods, and we called it Ethnic Food Night. And Katie.
So you went to Taco Bell one Tuesday, and you went to Del Taco another Tuesday.
No.
Did you ever hit the very exotic Panda Express?
No.
Oh.
We do like Moroccan or Ethiopian, but anyways, Katie decided she wanted to join us, but Katie hated.
No, not Katie. Katie the Second.
I'm sorry, Katie the Second hated trying new things. So. Anyway, she was in a play, and she asked us to come, and so my friend Monica and I were like, sure. And as a joke, somehow signs were brought up, and Monica and I were like, yeah, we'd love to make you signs, just so people know that you're there and you're in this show. So we did it, and on stage she could see the sign that we were, like I said, we didn't hold it up, we just held it on our laps, but we angled it so she could see it where she was on the stage, and you see her actually mouth, oh my God, in the middle of the song and miss a step.
So what happened afterwards? Did she remain your friend, or was she bothered by the signs that you would actually go out of your way to try and ruin her burgeoning acting and dancing career?
She asked me to do some Christmas music with her at Starbucks, so we did a little caroling in the store. So I guess she wasn't too mad at me.
She did some caroling with you.
Yeah, but then
Katie the Second. So you sang together in harmony? Were you hand in hand or arm in arm?
Almost.
Almost.
And we celebrated Halloween together.
Ooh, so there's a lot of times you guys have spent together in some kind of dress up.
Yes, actually, yes.
Okay.
But then
this is getting more and more interesting, you and Katie the Second.
Well, but then and we're still friends on Facebook. But once.
This is a Katie that you actually still talk to.
Not really, because once I left Starbucks, we kind of went our different ways.
Right. So you went on to find Mark, and she went on still loving you.
No.
Is Katie married?
Which one?
Katie the second.
No, she has a boyfriend.
Oh.
But she had a boyfriend while we were friends.
Yeah. Funny. She always has a boyfriend, but never a bride. Don't you think that's curious? This is the second Katie that has not been able to find love and in your wake, in your very dangerous, choppy wake. Can I talk to your mother, please? Can you get her on the phone?
I think she's actually out with friends tonight.
Oh,
Or she's at
okay.
Ronald McDonald House.
Can I just say I need to understand how you were raised, because this is the second Katie. This is but the chat room has dubbed her Dose Katie. Katie 2 Electric Boogaloo. This is the second Katie that you have ruined the life of. She sang with you. You went to her recitals. When I find out there's more to this Katie story, there's gonna be like some night that you guys got drunk together and you left her on her own. There's gonna be some night where she really had an emotional moment and you were there for her and she really thought you were there for her, because that's the story of Katie the first.
No,
seriously?
She had a girl named Andrea that she was super close with.
Oh, that's what she wanted to tell you to believe. That was only to make
pretty
you jealous.
inseparable.
That was only to make you jealous.
Well, it didn't work.
You know? Well, good, and it's killing her now. It's still haunting her to this day. Can I tell you, I think, how great is it that you have another Katie story? I don't even know what to do with that information. That is so delicious. Oh, God. But I would love to own a professional sports team. That'd be a lot of fun. That'd be fantastic. Like I'm not a big piner for things. I kind of do the things that I want to do. My entire career is about saying, yeah, I want to go do that. All right, I'm going to go do that. Hey, I'm doing that. All right, I did that. Hey, I want to go do that now. And then moving about, doing it. But owning a team has got to be an enjoyable experience. But then again, just having a box might be an enjoyable experience, right? Just being able to go to the games and not worry about the money and not worry about the weather or anything else. And if you've ever been in a box, like I did it, I've done it a few times. Most recently, it was at a Packers game, and it's an experience that changed your life. I mean, don't get me wrong. Being on the field, like I was fourth row, 50-yard line at Lambeau. Amazing experience. But I got too much of a tan. Too much sun for me, Paige. The box is the way it goes. And owner's box has got to be sweet. That's all I'm saying. Follow Paige on Twitter at producer_Paige. It's easy to do, and it's free. You can follow me at Tony Katz, TonyKatz on Twitter, TonyKatz.com for all the latest articles and podcasts. They are all up. I think we're all up to date on all our podcasts, so be sure to check them out. You can download them if you're not on iTunes at Blueberry, BLUBRRY.com. Tomorrow, everyone, much love. Take care.
Caring for my aging mother, I felt alone, guilty, pressure, and then I found Joy's house.
This is Tina McIntosh.
Guys, thank you. Another Katie. I mean, what are the odds, right? What are the odds of another Katie? That's almost impossible. That is almost impossible. Guys, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being part of the program. We are back tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it. Take care, guys.